then you make it worse. Because you project onto it all kinds of bogies and threats which don't exist in it at all. Whenever you meet a ghost, don't run, it will disappear. We've got to survive. Society is to have an entirely new attitude to what human beings are doing, which may be very creative, but which also may be very dangerous.
What the humans doing? Hang on.
You see through the game.
See through.
You are only just kidding that you're just poor little me. See, the function of a guru, that is to say a spiritual teacher in India, is to give you a funny look in the eye. Because you come to him and say, Mr. Guru, I have problems. I suffer and it's a mess and I can't control my mind and I'm miserable and depressed and so on. And he gives you a funny look. And you feel a bit nervous about the way he looks at you. Because he's reading your thoughts. And this man is a great magician. He can read everything that's in you. Because he sees in you the Brahman, the Godhead. Just claiming it's poor little me. That's why he gives you a funny look. And why he seems to see right through you. As if to say, Shiva, old boy, don't kid me. I know who you are. But you're coming on beautifully in this act. That you're somebody else.
The chemicals. Whoa, breathe in the chemicals. I'm singing. Oh, it's gonna take a while for this to settle down. I'm never sure if this is working. I'm singing, what is it? Imagine Dragons Radioactive, and that was Alan Watts. Because the radioactive is the real thing. I'm gonna tell you what I mean in a minute. This is it. The apocalypse. Whoa. I don't know the words to this, so. I'm breaking in something, and then people poisoning, and people got fake problems, and the truth always comes out. Whoa, whoa. All right. I didn't know the words to that song. I like that song though. You know what? The first time I heard that song, it was from the show The 100. The 100. Have y'all watched The 100? You need to watch it. We was stupid and we destroyed the planet, killed everybody, and then everybody went up in space, and then the kids came down a couple like 1,000 years later. Do y'all remember that show? Can we not make that reality? Oh, I got so many things to talk about today. I don't ever know where to start. Good morning, people. Let me try to get everything together while we let people come in. Good morning. Let me go find YouTube. Hopefully, YouTube is working today. Oh, you ain't. YouTube's working today, but you ain't working. Actually, some of y'all working. The Essentialers. I have a lot of stuff on my mind. Oh, I got a lot of stuff on my mind. I'm so glad y'all send me stuff. I know. I think I said don't inbox me. I'm not saying don't inbox me. I get the most of my important stuff comes in through inbox. When I say don't inbox me, I mean don't inbox me stupid stuff. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Inbox me important things, reality. Inbox me things that make some sense. Things that are like news, new. Things that help us see through the matrix. Don't inbox me stupid stuff, dumb stuff. Oh, I got things to talk about today. And my first, you know what? You know how I told y'all you're supposed to wake up in the morning, because what my guru had told me, you're supposed to wake up in the morning and do your own life. Do your own thing. Do you. Think about you. Don't touch that phone. Don't touch social media. You focus on you and what you got to do. The real problems in your life, not the problems that's going to come over TV. Problems are fake problems. They're problems that the billionaires that own the TV trying to convince you their problems are your problems. Their only problem is greed and destroying the planet. You don't need to get involved with that. You know how I told you that? Don't check your phone in the morning. First thing I did, I checked my phone. First thing I did, I got. That's the first thing I got to check my phone. And I think this inbox came from Ivana. It's like, oh Lord, here we go. Another doctor explained that, yep, you can't trust none of the counts. You can't trust none of the counts. You can't trust none of the counts. No, that was Lori's. Damn it. No, wrong person. Lori confirmed it though. Ivana sent the first one. The White House finally admitted you can't trust the numbers. And then Lori sent another doctor said you can't trust the numbers. And meanwhile, Jeopardy, if anybody remembers, who was the first crazy doctor that the crazy people online posted to try to tell you that you can't trust nothing that come over that damn television? The first one, what the hell is that? I see Susan at the top. Oh, that's something weird. Oh, I know what's happening. Okay, hang on. I'm still trying to get used to being back on Facebook. Hold on. Let me focus, because I gotta focus. I'm gonna say something that's gonna get me banned. I can say something true. Not allowed to say anything true. There go YouTube right there. VK is hot and popping, ready to go. And Facebook looks like the comments just came through. All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning. That's how my day started. The White House admitted what, who was it? I don't know. I have to think about it from a Jeopardy perspective, right? Like, who was the first craziest doctor to have a medical license removed, that hate the medical system and told you the medical system is for triage, it's not for health or prevention, it's not to solve problems, it's to make money, and so they're trying to remove their license? It was either Dr. Buttar or Dr. Shiva, and I don't remember which. If Dr. Buttar is safe for everybody to follow. The right and the left, you can follow Dr. Buttar, but if you're on the left, you can't follow Dr. Shiva, because he apparently don't know nothing, because he's running to be in the politics for the right. People so silly and stupid. I love y'all to death. Ooh, so I'm gonna talk about a couple things today. One, not just that the White House confirmed you can't trust the numbers, that they fake the coding, fake numbers, fake news, fake everywhere, and everybody in the house hiding like little children, little petulant children sent to their room by their government. That's the one I want to talk about. That. Two, we got to talk about biophotons. We cannot have a conversation about virology unless we talk about biophotons. All right. His name was Dr. What was his name? Alexander Pop. That was Pop, right? I'm saying that right, Pop. And he got it from another smart person. Another smart person with a tag and a white shirt and pocket protectors and some glasses. He got it from another one. But first of all, now I didn't put my disclaimer out there. I did disclaimer. Don't listen to anything I say. Listen, this is my disclaimer. And we go to court, I'm gonna play this clip right here. You trust nothing I say. Don't you ever trust me. You trust me, you dumb as the people trusting MSN, CNN, CBS, NBC, ABC, Fox, and all the rest of them. Don't be stupid. Do your own research, figure things out, listen to what everybody got to say, do your own research, put it together yourself. Don't listen to nobody, don't trust it. No, listen to everybody. I'm sorry, I said that the wrong way. Don't trust nobody. We all a bunch of 98% monkeys trapped on this rock that's barreling through the solar system. We all gonna die. But, so... It's not about how you die, it's how you live. And you live apparently as a biophoton. You're putting off all kind of lights and stuff. All kind of lights. You're communicating between each other at the grocery store. You look like the Matrix code. Your body's picking up all kind of things. You can have on your plastic gloves, your mask, your hat, your 2-liter bottle of Coke over your face, and it doesn't really matter because your skin is taking in all that conversation from everybody. Your skin is talking to everybody. Do you understand what biophotons is? All right. All right, so now we're gonna talk about it. We gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about dis-ease, right? We gotta talk about malnutrition. Like, what is disease? Dr. Buttar said it. Yeah, I'm mess up the quote, so I ain't gonna start. All right, looks like everything calmed down. I have to run my mouth for a moment at the beginning to kind of get everything to spin up and look, no buffering, nothing like that, hopefully, so now we can have a conversation. Good morning, everybody. Let me change. Sound team, get the music. Sound team, where the sound team? Get the music. Y'all turn the music down. Say, he got a sound team. No, he ain't got no sound team. He just be pretending. He make up his own little world. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Will you hurry and get to the point? I got stuff to do. No, I don't get to the point. That's not what I do. You watching the wrong person. You need to go somewhere else. I don't get the points. We have discussions. Good morning, everybody. Ooh, critical thinking. Who said that, Lori? That's terrorism. Stop it. That's domestic terrorism. You're not allowed to do that. Not under Rockefeller model. Ooh, I'm going to talk about that too. Not under Rothschild Rockefeller model. I had him hidden when the video first started. He right there. He's still there today because he designed your world. He designed your whole world. He designed your whole world, which is why, me and every engineering buddy I have, we know that we were in the wrong planet at the wrong time, wrong solar system, wrong galaxy, wrong dimension. We need to get the hell out of here. So first of all, everybody who's not an engineer, y'all need to cover your ears for a minute. Don't listen to this part. Y'all, we need to go. Like, these people crazy. These people nuts with a bag of tricks and some crack cocaine. These people nuts. This whole system from the top to the bottom is designed on problems. These people actually think they think that they can solve problems with politics, y'all. No, cover up your ears if you ain't an engineer. Don't listen to this, y'all. We need to make some ships and we need to get the hell out of here. These people are nuts. They think they're solving problems with politics, and they don't realize that it's designed to make money on the problems. That politics is reactionary at the core. You need to have your fingers in your ear if you're not an engineer, okay? These people are nuts. They're nuts. We all done worked in the industries, right? I jumped a couple. I worked in the chemical industry, the pharmaceutical industry, the fast food industry, the government. I jumped around. And everywhere I went, you weren't allowed to solve nothing. No, that's not true. Let me take that back. Fake news. All right, let's confirm, engineers. Again, if you're not an engineer, put your fingers in your ear. This is not for you. You stay here, stay in conflict. Find some other poor people to fight with over how you think you're going to solve a problem. Engineers. Now listen, what I saw in corporate America, working in all these industries, you could solve 97.2% of the problem. You could not solve that other 2-point-something% of the problem. That's how they make their money. That's how these big corporations, they all make money keeping problems. The problem with having an engineer based on a society based in solving problems is the monkeys ain't got nothing to fight over. If everybody got bananas, trees to swing on, and food to eat, you don't have any conflict. If you don't have any conflict, the Rockefeller's world doesn't work. So this is what we're gonna do. I think, y'all, we need to make some ships, and I think we need to get the hell out of here. And don't tell the monkeys. Let these people keep fighting with each other, the politics, left, fight the right. Let them solve some problems. Let them keep going on till they kill everybody, all of them. All right, I'm done. Okay, everybody else. Because there's a difference between engineers and scientists. I have no respect for scientists at all. I appreciate what they do. They see indicative things, like the religion people. I have no respect for religion people. I love them to death. They see indicative things because it's in them old books and scriptures. It's the job of the engineer to actually solve problems. Prevention at the root. We are brought in, which is kind of reactionary. Something happened. Usually it's the cause of politics. It's the cause of people getting together against each other because this is the Rockefeller's world that they built and who's behind the medical system. And we're supposed to say, okay, this is a bad thing. We don't want this bad thing to happen no more. Okay, so we get to work. We write some software, build some bridges, put down some schematics, get the CAD software, and we got the requirements, and we fix the problem so it does not happen. Does not happen. That's what engineering does. Science just discovers some things. Say, oh, look at this. When this happens and this happens, this happens, and we discovered this, and that's how that worked. And we don't understand it. We didn't build it. We're hacking. So y'all go out and see if y'all can fix it. I'm done with politics. I'm so sick of it. Don't nobody text me today. Today, I'm denying all textical messages. The testicle message. Don't send me no testicles in the message, and don't send me no dick pics. That's why I don't like inboxes, because y'all crazy as hell. I'm sick of y'all. I even get BJJ pics. Now I don't want to see them. If I didn't ask for it, please don't send it to me. That's how it go. That. In fact, it's against the law in Texas. You're not supposed to do that. All right. Now, on accident, I showed y'all some booty cheekums, and this was what are we talking about? What this man talking about? Some booty cheeks? I had some booty cheeks on the when the video first started. If y'all were watching, it was over top of Rockefeller's face. We need to talk about the booty cheeks. Like, yay, we're gonna talk about booty cheeks. No, I know it's the #1 business on the internet, but no, that's not what the internet is for. We need to talk about the light coming from the booty cheeks. Do you see the light? Okay, do you see the light? We're gonna get the band back together, or we and the engineers, y'all, one day y'all gonna wake up, it's gonna be like that movie. What's that movie where everybody disappeared? Oh, you did Leftovers. Leftovers, that was on HBO. And all the engineers will be gone. So we'll go to planet Melmac 7 where they actually have a system around the world where you can fix things. All right? This is the time when you shut up if you socialism, communism, capitalism, feudalism, tyrannicalism. It's all the same damn thing on Crony Planet. All right? So everything is based in money and power. Whoever has the most rules. They don't give two damns about the fake monkeyism system that they give you. They run all of it. Okay? So we need to talk about the booty cheeks. Why we got to talk about the booty cheeks? Because one day at band camp, I forgot this brother's name. This is why I say it's called research, people. You go out and do your own, well, it's actually not called research. I'm lying. It's called reading. It's fun, and it will make you mental. Fundamental, right? Because if you read, you'll realize how crazy the world that he is, the man with the face stuck between the booty cheeks, because he gave you an ASS for a world, world model. This dude right here, when you read, it'll make you mental. It'll make you, it's fun at first, only at first. And then it'll make you mental because you realize how stupid this world is, how crazy it is to build a world based in conflict when you don't even know what is out there in space. You don't even know, something is always coming. And this is why I got this dude here. Y'all know this is what's the name of that movie? There's always a lot of end of the world, the monkey's gonna die movies. This is not The Knowing. Is it The Knowing or is it Happening? It's like when you on a planet and the majority of the Hollywood movies coming out about everybody dying, you know it's a problem, don't you? It's a problem that you should probably work together on them problems. This is the day after tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. And there's always something coming to murder the humans because they stupid and they live in Rockefeller world. They don't want to change the model. They want to be in conflict with each other. This thing comes to kill everybody. But of course, this is when they caught it and they put it in the facility because they were trying to figure out how to use it, not live through it. And before I talk about Alexander Garkovich Gerzimich, because he's from German, and that with German, my family in Germany got funny names. We got to talk about, we're talking about biophotons, booty cheeks, Alexander Garkovich, and, oh, damn it, it's so much, it's just too much. I think I'm gonna quit. You know what? I think I'm gonna put my pink slip. I think I'm gonna quit. I'm just so sick of this. I can't even remember my thoughts. It's just too many. I'm gonna quit. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit this monkey. All right. So Alexander Gargugovich, he figured out that at some point in time in nature that you had two onions. Okay, onions, and they might have been potatoes, but I forget. Do your research. And if you put them next to each other, they'll grow to try to get together. Do you got onion? I gotta put my coffee down. Hold on. Oh, it's a whole lot. This is why it takes 8 hours to have these conversations. You put onion here. There might have been potatoes, but I don't give a damn. Same damn thing. They grow towards each other. Why do they do that? Because they see each other. And how do they know that? Because they put a piece of glass between them and they still grow together. I told y'all to watch that documentary called What Do Plants Think About? That'll tell you that plants are smarter than everybody on this planet that can drive a car. They grow together. And in that documentary, they did the same thing. Vining plants trying to reach each other. Why? Because they can see each other. They put them between glass. There was no gas conversation. There was no biology conversation. They literally see the photons that come out of their cells. Was it 10,000 times per second? 10,000 flashes of light come out of plant cells. They're talking, all right? So they grow together. So what Alexander Gargugovich did was he took the glass between the onions. Might have been some potatoes. It could have been onions. Damn, it might even been okra. I don't even remember. And he spray painted the glass black so they couldn't see each other. And guess what happened? They stopped growing together. They started growing up. They started growing away from each other. Why would they do that? Because they see each other. I gotta show you something. This is why I got booty cheeks right there on the screen. Well, I got two reasons why I got some light, bright booty cheeks on the screen. One, because his face needs to be in the ASS, because that's the world that he built. It was not his fault. He was born on a conflict planet. Two, your body picks up from everybody, everything you walk around. Have you ever heard that saying? How that saying? We had a saying as kids. It was something about you become who you spend time with the most. Y'all know what I'm talking about? You become who you spend time with the most. And this is my message for today. You can go to the grocery store, and short of you looking like a mummy, you are not going to avoid getting sick. You know why? Because of this right here. Right here. It's like, oh, the aliens. Yeah, well, they like us too. They're creatures of light. No, not really. They're gray and they're brown. They're little. They got like booger looking faces. And some of them octopuses and mermaids. They come in all shapes and sizes. I have to say that. Otherwise, I get blocked and banned. You got to say something crazy. Follow David Icke. If you don't, his name, not David Icke. What's his name? Icke. You need to follow Ike. He said crazy stuff because it puts people off his scent. And people say, oh, he crazy. You don't have to worry about him. You don't have to censor him. This is what you look like right here. No, right. I can do it this way, right here. That's what you look like in the grocery store, okay? You can have 2-liter bottles on your face. You can have a mask. You can have all the Home Depot, 3M, 4M, 5M, 7M, but your body is still picking up conversations from the cells in the human beings that in the next aisle over, okay? Now, mind you, if you're in the organic section with the fruits and the vegetables, it's a different thing because you can't see them. There are aisles between you. But if you were in the processed food section where everybody else is getting the crackers and the cookies and the Cheetos and the Fritos and that damn thing that lights on fire, that lights campfires that human beings put in their mouth. Fritos, that's it, the Fritos. You gonna get sick. I'm not saying that you don't get sick when people coughing on you. Biologically, yeah, we exchange information as well. I think Lori agrees with that. She's a nurse. However, you also get sick by who you spend time around the most, even if you don't touch them. Because that's what happens with biophotons. Your cells on your skin are picking up from people around you what they need to have. And if your cells pick up this whole what is it called? The cytokine cleansing or whatever, some toxicity thing that the cell's supposed to do every now and then, they're still going to do it. So it doesn't matter if you cover your mouth. Doesn't matter if you get Perel, unless you got Perel to not see the light beings next to you. All right, this is what I'm trying to say. Reading is fun to mental. It'll make you go mental if you want to actually solve problems. If you don't, just go do some politics. Another example would be the Moody Matrix. Y'all remember the Matrix? The Matrix, you ain't never seen the Matrix. You need to get out the house more. Oh, you can't get out the house because your government made you stay home? Remember this here? Right here. Look, right here. This is another thing of what it looked like. When you go to the grocery store, this is what your bodies are seeing. Your body see this body, see everybody body. It's like when the TSA, it's like when you go to the airport and they got all the freaks and the pedophiles, they sit behind them screens because they want to see what you look like with no clothes on because the new scanners work that way. That's what they see. They see everything. All right? People around you sick, you get sick. Why? Because we are just a tribe of monkeys. And the monkeys need to know when other monkeys are sick because something might be going around. Might be some toxicity in the environment. And then your cells go through cleansing. All right? You hear what I'm saying? This is what scientists say. Now, mind you, they're not engineers, so they don't have no damn clue. They don't have a clue. But they all got little pieces and parts of the discussion. They all have pieces and parts of what might be happening on this planet that don't nobody know a damn thing. Which is why people come in here and say, oh yeah, you gonna teach us. The only thing I'm gonna teach you is you need to do your homework. That's the only thing I'm gonna teach you. Don't nobody know on John D. Rockefeller's Earth and the model he created where they basically ban solving problems. Ain't nobody gonna give you, all the solutions are not allowed and don't nobody know. All right? You need to find out what the problems are in your life and you need to solve those problems. And one of the biggest problems I try to tell people all the time is I know friends that don't get sick. I don't get sick and I don't know why. But what I do know is the parts and pieces that make some damn sense. Number one, I'm gonna try to get this out so we can do some comments. But number one is you need to recognize your own problems, not the billionaires' problems, not the trillionaires' problems, not economies that are based in not solving problems. All of them and all of the isms and politics is about keeping the problems so you can get more than somebody else. All right, this is a problem that I had. This is a real problem. That's why I was late today. The squirrel, he a problem. He knocked on my tray of peas. Sugar snap peas too. I don't know what the hell I'm wrong with the damn. That's a real problem. Cuckoo virus is not a problem. Not a problem for me. It's a problem for you because you don't know how health works. That's okay. I'm gonna help you with that too. So while I was working on my problems, and I'm just sharing with you an example, you do what you want to do, but that's a real problem for me. Let me show you why. The reason I told you to follow Dr. Buttar, hang on, where's his quote? Oh, they go that doctor too. Oh, they just telling on y'all like it ain't crazy. Here you go, right here. They just telling on everybody. I love doctors that are whistleblowers. I love tattle-telling doctors. They just tattle-telling, but they taking names. They writing it out now. Like, we're not allowed to solve disease because disease is profitable. We hate the medical system. I'm enjoying the day. I'm enjoying, not with the squirrels. That's a real problem. It's a real problem. That's smart. Human, stupid. That's not problems. Look at this. This is what he's saying right here. Usually most death, most pathology comes from combination of nutrient deficiencies and 2, increase of levels of toxicity. Okay? I have no idea what pathology means. I'm not even sure I know what death means. I leave that up to the smart scientists that are working on the problem. They ain't never gonna solve the problem, ain't never gonna figure it out, because don't nobody know nothing on earth. We just a bunch of 98% stupid monkeys fighting over bananas. That's why I say it all the time. Don't ever forget, no matter where you go, baby. No matter where you go on this planet, on earth, you 98% monkey and you don't know. You just don't know, because the people around you don't know it all. There's no way you know it all. But what I do know is in the scientific experiment I have in life. When I stop with nutrient deficiency, right? When I stop watching McDonald's commercials and Burger King commercials and other fast food company commercials and not Big Pharma, he didn't fit in with that one. The big chemical company commercials, spraying pesticide commercials, how this is farming and agribusiness is a good thing commercials. When I stop believing all that bullshizzle, because they're all in a conflict-based society anywhere on this planet to funnel money up to the 13 families that designed all of this, I got healthy. Started to. Nutrient deficiency. I started eating fruits and vegetables and salads and smoothies and juices, and I started feeling better. It's like, oh, wow. And I'm not sure when I stopped getting sick. It's been over 10 years, but you know, flus, colds. It's a funny thing. You say that to people, they think that 1, that you're crazy, or 2, that you're talking about, oh, you don't go to the hospital sick. No, that's not what we're saying. And I got a bunch of crazy friends who say the same thing. They did the same science experiment on their body. They don't get sick. No flus, no headaches, no colds, no tummy aches, no throwing up, no viruses. No matter what y'all cooking up, we don't get it. Because we listen to this right here. So you start eating healthy things, you put the things in your body to make your immune system work, and I do not mean shots. I don't mean that. Not at all. That comes in part with number 2. Number 2, increased levels of toxicity. You gotta decrease them. You gotta get rid of them. Don't put nothing or not organic in your body. Don't put nothing that ain't been in there for millions of years. Your body evolved over time, taking in natural things, not toxic things. And there's a whole lot of toxic things. All of our modern diseases are based in technology. Technology put in your mouth, you put on your body, or you put in them 5G and 4G towers. I don't even want to talk about 5G. Don't start with me with this 5G. You should not have 3G, all right? 3G causes illness. 4G causes more illness. We should not, it boggles my mind that anybody is actually talking about rolling out 5G, something that creates radiation. I started the video singing Radiation. What's the name of that song? What's the name of that young people song? Radioactive. Radioactive. It's a bad idea. If somebody putting something radioactive in your neighborhood, you need to move. You need to move. If you got a government and political parties, remember I told you the politics that they don't want to solve nothing. That's not the job. I have a quote this morning. I got a me quote. I probably stole it from somebody else. All I do is sleep the lectures nowadays. But first of all, you can't cheat anywhere in this world by design. And you can't cheat death. If you don't understand what Dr. Buttar just told you, you will never cheat death. Death coming for you. You can cheat everywhere else, because the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Mellons, the Carnegies, they design your societies, they own your governments, the central banks, they own all of that. And crime pays. Crime pays. Crime bubbles to the top. If you a criminal, you're a liar, you're gonna bubble, you're gonna do well in this world, baby, you're gonna do well. If you don't care, you're gonna do fantastic. You don't care when you're killing, bombing children. You don't care you investing in companies knowing that, investing in companies poisoning people, poisoning them with Twinkies and donuts and the farmlands. If you're invested in them, investing in war, you're backing political parties that all agree on 5G. If you believe in their world, you believe in the medicine world, not the doctors that are fighting modern medicine to get rid of the AMA so they can actually go back and be doctors again, healers. Those are the doctors. That's my doctor. I have three doctors now. I got 3 doctors that got the pens, pocket protectors, and going to them colleges. One's Buttar, Shiva, and Big Tree. All right, Big Tree PhD, and Shiva studied medicine. All right, he's not a doctor. He doesn't go put his fingers in people's booty holes with the plastic finger gloves that you go to the grocery store with. You cannot cheat death. You can cheat anything you want. Death don't care about your commercials, doesn't care about your movies, it doesn't care about your vaccines, don't care about your shots, doesn't care. If you aren't taking in the things that boost your immune system, that allows it to deal with the ignorance in this world, and if you're taking in toxic things, you're gonna die. And ain't no commercial, no political party, ain't no group, no presidents, no name, nothing gonna save you, because you're ignorant and you're supposed to die sooner than what you're supposed to. Remember y'all was laughing at me with this? Y'all see what you know what this is? What is this, class? Does anybody know what this is? This is the teacher part. But that's only because I was taught by my witches. They's crazy at first. I wouldn't even date them. They was crazy as hell. I was like, oh, you do Wicca? I was like, oh yeah. It's like, oh, you drink smoothies and you garden. I'm like, oh yeah, you do that witchcraft. They're like, baby, take this and put this under your armpit. And I've been doing it ever since. Ever since. I know it sounds crazy, huh? Because the commercial tells you to go to the store and get yourself some Right Guard. Poison. Poison. You get yourself this is not a lemon. This is called deodorant that you can make delicious drinks with when you put ice in them too. And you put that under your arm, people. And then you don't stink. You know why? Because you got the, what is that? It's not the vitamin C. What is it? The citrus juices that kill off biology and bacteria and all that stuff, but it doesn't kill you. It doesn't kill your cells. Why? Because your cells need to solve problems. You got beneficial microbiology, flora and fauna all throughout your body. Do not put in toxic things that will kill you. Boost them. Right? You see what I'm saying? Fight for your body. Fight for your health. If you don't, you're going to die with the rest of these monkeys. All right, anyway. That's the other thing. There was something else I wanted to mention. Oh, right here. Political systems. All right, guys. Don't nobody text me. Like I said, today is a non-testicle day. Do not text me today. I do not, because I'm tired. First, I done got that post from Ivana, which was on point, which said that the White House, oh, we got to talk about that. This might even be 8 hours before we finish this one. There's so much I got to talk about today. I don't know why I even open Facebook no more. Political systems. Stop with this political. Listen, if you are still talking politics, you are useless, wasteful. You just waiting to be nitrate on the planet, stealing up the oxygen, not solving nothing. You're useless as a bag of bricks. We love you to death. We'll go please find a swamp and wade in it. Okay? Stop. Politics don't solve nothing. It's about getting together with other people to force other people to do what you think is right, and we know you're wrong. All right? Politics is a reactionary system as designed by your families that own you. The 200 to 13 families that own you. I don't know, might be 17. I have no idea. I started with 13 and now people say as high as 200. I don't debate about that, don't care about that. What I do know is they own you. They own your government. They own your industry. They own your kids, they own your body, they own the grocery store, they own your medical system, they own the WHO, they own Doctor Who, they own the CDC, they own all of them. And you're not allowed to solve anything because they make money on not solving. Solutions are products of engineered prevention. The difference between designers, engineers, and hackers. As engineers, we make things. We know how they work. We can make your car, your bike, and your killer robots just go forever. Okay? Because we engineered it. We did this. Nobody on this planet has any damn idea or even getting close to how the human body works. Do not believe any of the nonsense that anybody making up something because they're going to make some profit telling you that they know. They don't know. And as long as you don't know, you can't force that on anybody else. All right, now I got to get mad at the Trump people today. Now for the Trump people, because I like to give people stuff. I like to give people stuff so you can go out there and fight in your politics, pretend that you're helping something. All right, Donald Trump was right. You cannot take that from him at all. All right, and maybe because he's just a troll and he just denies everything that the WHO say, but he was right. This is flu season. They fudge statistics, ain't none of it true. None of it true. This is a mild flu season. He's right about that. And I'm telling you where he's wrong. Tell you where he's wrong. If y'all didn't watch the video, did I post it? I think I posted it. Fox News. It was Fox News, but don't. Ivana was trying to be slick. She sent it to my inbox under Apple News, and Apple News forwards to Fox News. Because it was Fox News, I wasn't going to click on it. And let me see if I can find it. No, I'm not. You know what? I'll post it. Because I want to try to keep the discussion going. I want to have a discussion. I'm just putting some points out there, and we'll do the comments. The White House finally admitted that what Dr. Buttar, Dr. Shiva, and all of them have said is correct, which is what this doctor says right here. They've been fudging the statistics. They changed the coding. They're grouping up other things like car accidents and heart attacks and just all kind of dumb stuff. If you got COVID, the doctors had to put that you died of COVID. You can ignore every statistic you see on TV. Now, does that mean that you be ignorant at flu season? No, that's stupid. That's dumb. It is flu season. Oh, there she go right there. Ivana, we've been talking about you, girl, for about 30 minutes because you started all of this. So where is Donald Trump wrong? So where is he wrong? Because I got friends that are like, Donald Trump is a demon. He's evil. He's worse than everybody else on the planet. I'm like, no, he's just another president. He's just another president. He's just another president who does not make any decisions for Rothschild, Rockefellers, and the families that own this planet and own nations and continents, okay? He decided that it was a good idea after finding out that the WHO and the CDC and the numbers and the coding and all of that was wrong. He decided he's gonna stop giving money to WHO. Yeah, he's gonna stop giving money to Doctor Who. He's gonna stop giving the money to Doctor Who. Not every Doctor Who, just the Doctor Who's in China, just China, nobody else. Doctor Who's are right everywhere else, just in China are they wrong. I love it. I love it. I'm like, so I gave that to my friend. I said, there you go. You want to go out there and prove Donald Trump bad, man? You go out there. Orange man bad. Because he's just trying to start a war with China or conflict with billionaires and his friends making a whole lot of money on China racism. Yeah, I told you he was racist. No, he's not racist, man. Stop it with that. Everybody in my country racist. Everybody literally that give you a race at birth so you can go out there and go fight with other people. So everybody can make some money. You love Trump. I love Trump too. I love everybody. I ain't got no issues with nobody. Everybody was born in a certain place. They be who they are. Which brings me right back to Dr. Alexander Guchevich, where he told you that biophotons are real, and the only way that you're gonna go to the grocery store and not get sick is not with tin cans on your head, in your mouth, and maxi pads around your nose. But you're gonna have to go as a zombie. You're gonna have to go as a mummy. That's the only way you're not gonna get sick. You need to get you something and just wrap your whole body up so none of your skin cells can see nobody else. And your eyes too. I don't know how the eyes work. Maybe some sunglasses. I don't know. I don't know anything about biophotons in terms of what they can and can't see. If you got glasses, you need to paint them black and just walk through the store like a mummy with your hands out and just grab your products. But you're still gonna have to use Perel because they got the boogers and the bacteria on the products too. Biology is another way people get sick. See, and here's my point. And I think that's my last point. I'm gonna wrap it up. We'll just do comments. You ain't gonna cheat death. You ain't gonna cheat death. You can try all you want. You can try to trick biology. You can try to trick physiology. You can try to trick energy. You can try to trick. You can trick with the medical industry. You can trick with who. You can trick on the block. You can trick with some M&Ms. You can trick with Twinkies. You can trick everywhere you want to. You aren't going to trick health, and you ain't going to trick because they are systems and they work a certain way. If you are not putting healthy things in your body, and you're putting toxic things in your body and on your body, you're going to die sooner than everybody else. That's just a fact. That is a fact. You ain't going to treat that. You ain't going to trick that. All right, let's do this. I'm going to go down and do comments. Yes, do comments. And then Lori doubled it up with that video of that doctor. So, this is the real world. But this is why I'm saying the engineers, we got to go. I'm sick of it. I'm done. Because this is why I'm not in corporate America, because you're not allowed to solve anything. You're not allowed to solve anything significant because then you wouldn't have any problems and there wouldn't be none for politics to fight over. And politics write the laws. As long as you write the laws, you're going to write the laws for the people who got the money. As long as the people got the money, they're going to make you write certain laws. And all the laws are for conflict and scarcity. There you go. You can cheat everywhere in the world, but you're not going to treat this model that they created. Now we're going to do comments, and I'm going to get out of here. Yes, Dr. Buttar, Patricia Hauser, follow Dr. Buttar. All right, 5G was never a communication device, just a weapon being installed around you because of something. I didn't see the whole comment, John. John is mostly right, not completely. It also is a communication device. I'm going to tell you, it's not a conspiracy. Like 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, they are for communication. They're definitely for the internet of everything. All the things. Not just the killer robots, not just the driving cars, not just your dishwasher, but you too. Right? We've kind of proven that. Well, not proven, that's a bad word nowadays, because don't nobody know nothing. They arrested that doctor, the scientist, who was trying to figure out how to do probably what DARPA's already doing. How to control biology at the cellular level with nanorobots. And they arrested him. Trust me, you can trust the money. Trust me this. When they arrest people, they're on to something. They don't arrest you, you're not on to nothing. If it gets blocked on the internet, you on to something. If it don't get blocked, you're not close enough yet. Wait till you get blocked. If you want to have a doctor, go out there and find you somebody who can't post videos on YouTube, and you got yourself a dynamite doctor. That's why I follow Dr. Rashid Buttar, because he gets banned on YouTube. That's just the reality of it. And you know what? I really don't pay attention, which is why it's funny I'm up here running my mouth. Y'all know how this got, well, y'all know how it got started. I just figured it out. I heard about it this morning. I had no idea how this got started. I had no idea it's because China fails with their social media censoring. I had no idea. Y'all know how I got started? Because I don't watch the billionaires news because I think it's stupid. I got real problems. I got squirrels knocking over my pots. That's a real problem. Everything on the TV that's somebody else's problem. Ain't my problem. I eat healthy and I don't toxify myself. Now that 5G tower, that's a damn problem. 4G, that's why I kind of pay attention. But how I got started, it was a doctor in Wuhan, right? And he made a video. And the video went viral. Unfortunately, China apparently does not have the censoring that NATO allies have. You can't post nothing true because they take it down too quickly. And this doctor's video got out. Apparently he made a video and he said there's a SARS-like something that's going around and people need to be worried. And the Wuhan police decided to act like the Alabama police, like the San Francisco police, like the Baltimore police system, and like the Florida police system, because you got Democrats and Republicans that gave all the Americans a police state and the Americans clapped for it. They arrested him. They arrested him because it's weird though. Why would you arrest a doctor saying y'all need to be careful because it might be a disease going around like SARS? Why would the police arrest you? Unless they thought it was something else. I've heard of many things. I've heard of shoe flies. I have never heard of a police that come and arrest doctors because they say y'all need to be careful of this flu. I've never heard of that. So what is that about? Well, of course, China's not a police state like America, but China is getting good at it. They got that dictatorial, communal, based in capital system that they don't want people to say things that are state secrets. That's how you know China's making bioweapons. You don't have to do the links. There's all kind of good links. That link the bioweapons lab in Wuhan to Fort Detrick? And that was another one. There's just so much to talk about. Oh, he coughed. Somebody reported him. Stupid. That the whatever this COVID-19 started in Fort Detrick. Right? And that's what I'm saying. You don't have to blame China for that because we just like them. We're all underneath the Rockefeller system. We're all corrupt and dirty. China just ain't as dirty as the Pentagon. That's all. They're trying. They're going to get there. One day they're going to be able to block videos and doctor things from going viral on the internet like they do on Facebook, YouTube, Google, and the rest of them because y'all thought China was interfering with your election. You can't make this stuff up. Anyway, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Says who? Well, y'all arguing? Let me see. Leave G alone. Leave me alone. What I do? Somebody, pick with me. Somebody pick with me. Don't leave me alone. No, Lori, don't tell him that. I want somebody to pick. Somebody picking with me. Somebody tell me I said something fake, something that wasn't true. Please let one of the sick people in my feed say something a bit. Let one of them say something. I dare you, say something. Now somebody got an argument, got another point, a discussion. I mean, I don't debate. I just say, you know, if you sick, you probably shouldn't talk too much nowadays because people scared of getting sick. If you hadn't figured out health in your own body, you're failing at it. Right? If you haven't run a successful McDonald's poisoning people with burgers and salads, then you can't tell nobody how to run a successful McDonald's and lie to people and poison them with foods and salads. Gerard, nobody has any freedom in China. No, that's not true, Susan. There's a lot of people that's free in China. The people closest to the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, and the people that's closest, and the same with America. The people at the top that's closest, they got the most freedom. The people at the bottom has the least freedom. China and America, no different. The only different is the racist stuff that people come up with. They're exactly the same. You're poor, you ain't got nothing, you are subject to the laws. You got money, you are not subject to the laws. That's just how the world works. It's actually very simple. China literally doesn't exist, neither does America. That's only for the monkeys. The 98% monkeys who believe in cages and borders of billionaires, then it makes sense to them, 98%. This is gonna get me in trouble, isn't it? This Facebook, I forgot I am on Facebook. You're not allowed to say truthful things. If you're in a cage, you're in a cage. Your problem needs to be with your zookeepers, not looking at somebody else's other cage and like, oh, in that cage, you know, there's bad people. And there's something wrong with the monkeys in that kid. No, you over here, you 98% monkey too. You're in a cage over here. Ain't nobody free. They designed this world so that you can't have any freedom. No freedom. Unless the more money you have at the top, you might have a little bit, but not much. Like even the president told what to do. And we saw that with the video where he said the induction, the artificial induction. They said to shut it down. But Donald Trump said, they said to shut it down. I didn't want to shut it down. They said to shut it down. I didn't want to shut it down. So they smacked me in my head, kicked me in my booty, and make me shut it down. Presidents don't have any say in this world, neither do prime ministers, because that world makes no sense for Rothschilds and Rockefellers. That makes no sense for billionaires and trillionaires that make all the money. All right. That's what I'm saying. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm an engineer and I understand economics. That's all. Money and power. If it gets somebody money and power, it's happening. Oh, look at Jimmy T over there on YouTube. He knows he on YouTube. You know why he's on YouTube? Because he knows I can see those comments faster. I'm trying to get people, y'all need to spread around on platforms. He knows I can see this. Will not believe the Surgeon General, U.S. Public Health Service Commission Corps is the Navy. COVID-19 was developed in a communist weapons lab. Well, okay, Jimmy, let's slow down a little bit. Communism, socialism, and capitalism have nothing to do with COVID-19. COVID-19, as developed, is profitable to capital-based systems. Communism, capitalism, and socialism are all capital-based systems, which means somebody can gain more money and more power if they have some sort of disease they can release at flu season. Now, do we know it was developed? No, it has not been proven. We've got great information to indicate that something ain't right. That's all we got. We got something ain't right evidence. That's all we got. Something funky. Something don't smell right in the Kool-Aid. That's what we know. And I think I want to stick to that. Y'all can know anything you want to know. Something funky in the Kool-Aid, from 5G to the armpit, funk fighting odor chemicals, to the COVID, to the bioweapons labs, to Fort Detrick, to the guy in Canada they arrested, to Wuhan, China. Something funky in the Kool-Aid. And it's only funky for us. It's only a problem for us, not a problem for billionaires. They make money on all of this. Everybody's capitalizing on it from the top to the bottom. China is ahead of us in pure fascism. We are catching up. Well, we're catching up anywhere, Lori, right? Anywhere that gives the powerful people, the people that want more power, we're going to catch up. We're not going to let them get ahead of us. Anything that gives us more ability to lock adults in their house and tell them when they can't leave the house, anything that gives government more power, they will do. Anything that makes corporations more money, they absolutely will do. So I'm not going to tell you I know a whole lot about fascism. But if that is one of the isms that gives them more power, and usually the isms do, then definitely. My cousin owns 24 McDonald's franchise stores. Uh-oh. So does mine, Jimmy. My cousins, they own all of them, actually, because I'm related to everybody. My cousins is poisoning everybody, and my cousins are telling people to stop eating poison, both at the same time. My other cousin was CEO of advertising at Microsoft. Oh, you hit a lot of things there, Jimmy. You hit a lot of things. Advertising shouldn't exist on the planet. The engineers, we all gonna leave because we don't get to solve 100% of all the problems unless y'all get rid of advertising. You need to get rid of CEOs. You need to get rid of corporations. You need to get rid of everything that Rockefellers and Rothschilds designed to keep problems around. You need to get rid of the idea of cousins. Everybody's related. Ain't no such thing as cousins. You need to get rid of the McDonald's and the entire fast food industry. You got to get rid of all of it. Got to get rid of China. Got to get rid of all the labels. All the labels is why we got the problems. I can still see, oh, what are y'all talking about? She can still see something, lots of something. And okay, Jonathan just laughing. Now we're going to do comments. I'm going to leave. Ooh, Gates. What did Gates do? What did Fence do? Fence is Doctor Who's second biggest donor. The U.S. is the first. Lori, you know, the problem with that is that actually will educate people and get them to stop fighting over politics. Politics will die, Lori, if people understand what you're saying right there. It would die. So much buffering. Oh, it's buffering, Christine. All right, I'm gonna stop. Because apparently that's when the buffering kicks in, is when you start saying very truthful information. Gates is absolutely horrific. Yes, he is. I think Gates is hanging around Epstein. Susan Worcester, I will guarantee you that it's a big club, and if Gates ain't in it, he damn sure close. But it doesn't really matter because most people think he coming to save them. He coming to save them. So it doesn't really matter. They're gonna do whatever Fence tells them. Fence show up at the door, they're gonna take some radiation pills, they're gonna take some shots of some Twinkies and chemicals and toxic things because people scared shaking in their boots at home. Because they have no idea that you cannot cheat death. You cannot cheat your body. Your body will react to exactly what you put in your mouth, under your armpits, and what you take a shower in, and what you buy in the grocery store. So anyway, multiple times and refuse to look about why, talk about. Oh, y'all are conversating back and forth. That's a good thing. The only problem here I can't see unless I go to my thread and what y'all are, if you're replying to me or somebody else. Apparently as horrific as the Rothschilds, they are even more horrific. Yes, Susan, there should be no powerful families. Those powerful families have been trying to own this world from the very beginning. And they hide. They hide behind politics. They hide behind the illusion of borders and government and countries and industries. And that's why they own everything. The people with the real power never go on television because they're smart. Only their lackeys and their employees actually are on the television. It's just how the world works. If you want ultimate money, then nobody can know that you have the ultimate money. If you want ultimate power, nobody can know that you are the powerful one. Because if so, they can come after you. If you can't find them, you can't do nothing to them. The recent White House reports confirmed that Del Bigtree told us last week, got to love. Yes, thank you, Ivana, for being all late. We talked about that about 30 minutes ago. You actually started that. You sent the video and you confirmed what happened. The White House finally agreed with all the posts that everybody here has been making for the last 2 weeks, that they're lying about the statistics. And then literally the media is lying it up. The only question at this point is why. And I think it's just to save face. I think you got two political parties that are defunct and stupid as the medical industry based in triage medicine from World War I. That needs to die. That was designed by the Rockefeller because it makes money. It makes money trying to solve problems and put a human being back in battle, not prevention to actually make them healthy from the very beginning. So we just talked about that. I'm not gonna go back down that route. All right, let me see. You get what you give and you are what you eat, plain and simple. Thank you, Maria Rochelle, for that hate speech. You are. You get what you get. How does that saying go with his kids? How did that thing go? You get what you get, and that's it. Something like that. As an adult, it applies too, not just when you're 4 years old. You get what you get, and that's it. That's exactly what you get. If you eat poison and you don't eat healthy things, you got something that's coming. You will not avoid. You can take all the shots, the medicine. You can go to CVS and Walgreens. Your body don't care nothing about these synthetic ideas they have to make money. If you don't live like a human being, you don't eat human food, you don't turn off that television that's giving you all this stress that's causing more disease, you're going to die soon. And it's going to hurt. That's the reality. You either live like your body was designed, or it's going to have disease. You live easy, or you will have disease. Manifest love, the world needs it. Yes, it does. Who said that, Lori? Survivors who thrive are the strongest among us. That's it, Lori. People got to go back to being strong and stop sitting in their house enjoying weakness. So what's the best web host and outfit who doesn't cave to government agencies? Deborah Chandler, I would say nobody. I mean, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't found one. I mean, the absolute worst, unfortunately, is the best one, which happens to be Facebook, which actually makes sense when you think about it. You know, Facebook, they just want to make some money. They don't want to, but they operate their servers are in countries where governments own the data centers and the network, the lines, the taxes, and who gets to run a business. And so if you open a business under a government that's based in lies and deceit, like everything else, like the industries and the corporations, then you're going to have to do your lies and your deceit underneath their lies and their deceit. So I would say none. None. But the easiest way to put truthful information on the internet about what's happening in your country is on a website that is not in your country. And they can still block it. They can block you from getting to that country, and they can block that IP address from coming back in. But that's the only way it's going to stick. Like you can tell, it's like the news, right? Why I watch RT? I only watch RT because the Russians will troll America. They'll tell me what's happening in America. The Democrats and Republicans won't. The American news agencies won't. They're gonna make sure that I'm on a side to keep up the corruption on the United States Incorporated federal level. Then do your homework. You need to look up the Act of 1871 so you understand that you do not have a federal government. You have a corporation that was designed to look like your republic's federal government. You don't have one. If it makes profit, they're gonna do it. So I think the same way I watch RT News, I would guess Deborah Chandler, if you're posting things on a Russia website and you live in Britain and America in a non-NATO ally, it'll stick. If you post it on an American website, no, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, they're going to make sure that it comes down because they're corrupt. It's all about money. It's always about money and power. That's what I'm saying, Deborah Chan. I don't do conspiracy theory. I like economic theory. I like history theory. I like nuance theory. I like engineering reality, but I don't do conspiracy theory. I'm not interested in conspiracy is fun, but when you can attach it to gaining power and money, I guarantee you somebody's doing it. I guarantee you. Okay, it was a thread reply, Deborah Chandler. Okay, I have to run my mouth, think, see what's happening on like 8 different windows all at the same time. So you're replying to somebody. Thank you so much. I meant you said stop unboxing you V stuff. Yeah, I did, Lori. I did say that. Don't send. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see none of it. I don't want to see nobody genitals, nothing. I'm old. 29. I've seen all of that. I got 4 kids. I had a little sister. There's none. I've been married. I've seen all of it. I don't want to see. It's not about the genitals, people. It's about the crazy that we live on like silly planet. I guess I got to put the Biophoton butt cheeks back up in front of Rockefeller. But it's not about that. I like real things. That's the mummy. I like real things. And we live in a fake world. No, that's not it either. Hang on. We live in a fake world. No, that's not it either. Oh, you know what? I probably deleted. Maybe it's gone. There's nothing to a picture. Or is this it right there? You go. There's nothing in that picture. The only important thing in that picture is not the booty cheekums. It's the fact that his face is close to the anus and that the skin is shooting out biophotons. Like right now, your body is looking at a very old conversation of when that picture was taken, and it's making decisions based on that. It is. So I don't get nothing out of that. They got porn websites for all of that. No matter how, and I don't know where that discussion would go. But no matter how shallow you are, it's still shallow, right? What matters is the person. It matters the person. You're never going to bring a real person in with a 6-pack. You're never going to bring a real person in with some genital pictures. You're never going to bring a real person in. You can bring in all the fake people, but you will never bring anybody real in. Because real people, we like real people. That's how that works. And unfortunately, I'm real-ish. I may not be really real, but I'm getting there. I'm a man. It's difficult for us. I was raised as a man. The older I get, the more I like content and details. Content and details. Once I realized that all the external stuff, it really doesn't matter short of the biophotons, then everything you got gonna look nasty in the future. That's how it works. That's why you have people in love with who you consider unattractive. Like, why is she with him? Why is he with her? It's because they found somebody real. So yeah, I'm not on Facebook for dating. China, plus I'm not sure what I believe anymore about them. It's the end of the world. I'm an engineer. I'm waiting for the mothership with the other engineers so we can get off of the planet where you're not allowed to fix any real problems because everybody still believes in politics. I can't be attached to this planet. Not in that way. All right. Ooh, my comments disappear. Why they disappear, Christine? You must have said something real. Gerard, you can speak about being in the most horrific cage if you are actually in a cage and are raped, tortured, and forced to be the most horrific things at all time. I disagree, Susan. I disagree. No, you know why I disagree with that? Because everybody's in a cage. Everybody is being abused and everybody's being tortured. That's the world that, what is his name? Devil Bill created. Because that's the only way to get people to do things. Now, everybody, some get it worse than others. Here in America, in NATO allied countries, we get it pretty good because we pretty much rape, destroy, kill, loot, blow up, and burn down everybody's other country and steal their resources while we pretend in this country that we've earned this, that we did this. Yeah, well, we did do it. We didn't earn it, but we did do it, you know. So everybody's in a cage. And I think you have to speak up for the most abused people. Like, that's it. Like, there's a saying, there's somebody post that popular wisdom quote. You're supposed to look down. You're supposed to look down. Anybody that's got it worse than you, you are always supposed to speak up for that person. Financially, physically, freedom, abusive, whatever. You look down and always give the voice, people who have less of a voice than you, a voice. So yeah, I always talk about people that are abused because that's what I'm supposed to do. Comments be disappearing when Facebook attacks. Yes, Susan, that absolutely happens. I don't know why Susan getting all the comments here today. That absolutely happens. When you say truthful things, but I don't think it's a person. I think it's learning software. That's another engineered solution. We write software. We're automating you people out of living. That's what we do. We're going to automate you out of lifestyles. Either you let us leave the planet, or you get rid of the system that won't let us solve the problems. But we've been automating y'all out of jobs, and that's one thing, is the whole editing of comments. All we do is put keyword capturing, link that up with your profile, who you are, what you're up to, if you're a favorite of the state that you're in, located in, where your server's at. And if you're not a favorite, you don't say very favorite things, you start talking about the medical system, we capture the keyword, delete the comment. Nobody's watching. The CIA ain't got no time. FBI ain't got no time. Homeland Security ain't got no time. It's all software that's doing the shadow banning. Lots of propaganda going around, but about China, just like North Korea. Well, right, Rebecca Costello, and that was the point I was making to my friend who's looking for some orange man bad discussion topics, which is, yeah, well, you know, he's drumming up an issue with China. And I think if your eyes are open, you'll realize that he must have a lot of friends in China. And they're going to make a whole lot of money off of this. Right? And it's no different. And that was the content of the discussion I had with a friend of mine, which is there's no difference. You are a president. You're in office. You're a prime minister. You can't do anything that affects the Rockefellers' trillions and billions of dollars that have been made from these industries because they kill you for less. Think about JFK. JFK just thought about helping Americans. That's all he did. He was thinking about it. He didn't even do it. He was thinking, he was like, you know what? I'm thinking about getting rid of that Federal Reserve. I'm thinking about freeing Americans. I'm thinking about not letting Israel have nuclear weapons. I'm just thinking about it. And they shot him in broad daylight in front of everybody. Everybody. And that's how cold these dudes are. That's how cold. That's how you know you actually have a president or a prime minister that's trying to help you, is they will kill him in cold, broad daylight and not give two damns. They literally killed JFK while you were watching intentionally. If you are new and you have not, or you're old and do you think you know what's going on and you have not watched Everything is a Dead Man's Trick? If I said it right, you have no idea what's going on in this world. They can literally walk you into a fantasy idea that American presidents are allowed to do anything without getting approval. Or prime ministers. This world is owned. Period. And JFK just thought about doing it, and they murdered him. They murdered him OG style, right? See, gangs, the people y'all scared of, these little poor kids on the street with the dried plant that y'all like to put in prisons all the time and shoot. They do things in the dark. They do things secretly. They do things like how y'all should be at the grocery store in the mummy mask covering up the face up. They do things so you won't see. They need to get away with it. They're low on the totem pole. But the people who run this world, no. The Ike, he talks about this world is run by a cult at the top. They do things in broad daylight. They don't need to hide. They killed JFK right in front of broad daylight when they knew you and the whole world was watching to send a message. You go research the USS Liberty, that also will tell you about how your world works and how your nation, if you actually have a nation thing. And one of the people who was on the boat said well, Johnson wouldn't do anything after he watched JFK murdered right in front of him. He heard the shot and he saw blood shoot out the back of his head. Ain't no way Johnson knew that the top of America has been corrupt and dirty. It's a deep state, dark state, bureaucracy, whatever you want to call it. And they got agents all throughout. In the Secret Service, there ain't no president stupid enough to oppose the most powerful people on the planet. And then I'm hard on Trump. I'll give a shout out now to the Trump people. I have no interest in your teams and your fantasies. But one thing is possible, which is at the highest level, there's a conflict that we're not allowed to see. We're not allowed to see anything significant. Never appears on TV and ain't never gonna show up on the internet nowhere. This is all watched. It's possible that you got a new family, and I'm gonna pick one of my friends here, Henderson. They'd called the Hendersons. And they figured out they're at the top of the world fighting with the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, and they need to throw off the current cult and put a new cult in. Now, sure, that could happen. Now, your prime ministers and presidents could align with some other powerful people. Power makes the world go round with money. Fantasies, wishing, and that doesn't do nothing. Doesn't do nothing. Power, money make the world go round. All right. Let food be thy medicine and medicine thy food. Yes, thank Christ, I agree with that. That's that hate speech that the other Christ then came up with. If you want world peace, we're going to have to learn how to accept ourselves and others for who they are and not try to change each other. Learn to love those we don't necessarily like. I'm gonna roll that up a little bit, Susan. I'm gonna roll that up and just say, if you actually want world peace, you gotta get rid of politics. That's it. You're never gonna get world peace with no damn politics. Ain't nobody gonna have no peace. Politics is based in taking peace from people. Ganging up with other people to take other people's peace because you think that you're right. It's a narcissistic, sociopathic idea that these billionaires have made popular. If you want world peace, money has to go. You're not going to have world peace with money. Money is based in it's a representation of human labor. As long as you got somebody being a slave, their job is never to give you peace. They're always going to have an ornery son like me who doesn't want no peace, and he'll be happy to burn it all down until he has his freedom. There are a lot of things that have to go if you want world peace, but yeah, politics, capital, but it's never the Democrats and Republicans fighting against this, that, or the other, whatever. World peace, you're only going to get that at a principal level. When everybody has peace, you'll have peace. What happened? Y'all having some discussions now. So you're complaining here for what? Your ego. Oh, Ty is in the house. I love Ty. First of all, let me clarify this. That's my brother Ty Neftali. Love Ty to death. Ty and I do not agree on what's going on. We do agree that everybody needs to be free. And we also do agree we always gonna be friends because I love Ty, Ty loves me. Now let's get into it. Ty and I have a disagreement. Which is fun. It's good to disagree. Iron sharpens iron. Ty has taught me things, I have taught Ty things. However, one thing I'm teaching people is, and they can believe whatever they want, and that is there are no secrets on the internet at all, nowhere, anywhere at all. And I know that for a fact. I worked in the industry. There were very few secrets for me in the billionaires' massive corporations. And that's just at the system administrator and network administrator level, okay? When you own the agencies that give the keys to the encryption on the server in the nation that you control, there are no secrets from you. So whatever the deep state, the dark state, whatever that is, QAnon, anonymous, all of them, none of them are anonymous. And we went through that before, so I'm not going to go down that road. Nobody's anonymous. Everything on the internet is known. Everybody who posts, they know exactly where you are. That's why when they killed Jamal Khashoggi, there were 4 or 5 videotapes or sounds of it in America because they know it all. They have it all. So there are no secrets. That's number 1. So 2, why? Because we're here. That's why. You're supposed to fight the good fight. We can go back to scripture, y'all. We're supposed to always fight the good fight. Doesn't mean that we're going to win. Does not mean we're going to win. You're supposed to get yourself an old Negro spiritual and just get to doing it. They never knew that they was going to pick all the cotton. In Vietnam, they never knew they was going to get all the rubber. When they brought the Chinese men to America, they never knew they was going to finish the railroad. But they were there and they had a job to do. And so you do it. And so if I can help anybody here, it would be this. I'm going to tell you the things I know, which is only a very small piece of the puzzle. You say the things that you know, and we figure out how the world works. So I'm not disagreeing with Ty necessarily. What I'm saying, well, I'm giving him information I know. And if what he says is true, because he's a Q guy. He likes Q. He believes in Q, which is nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We don't never know. What you got to do is take that belief in Q and say, okay, well, how does it make sense that if Q ain't secret, they know where he gets his bagels, they can poison them. They know where he gets his orange juice, they can poison that. They know where he shops, what kind of car he drives, everywhere he goes. They literally track you by the rust stains on the top of your car. They literally track you by the top of your head because the satellites look down at the top and the side and the back and the front. And I met the guy who worked on the software, not down the street. That's what I'm saying. All I can do is tell you the things that I know. Nobody's secret. Nobody's hiding. So the only thing that would make sense if what Q says is true would mean that the billionaires at a high up level of fighting. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. The old scripture, iron sharpens iron. Like I'm not in that fight, left or right, left. True, Q is true, Q is false, anonymous is right, anonymous is wrong. I'm just simply saying, okay, so if y'all been following Q, and what Q's been nailing it, I have not seen that, but I haven't been following. I don't like to speak on things I don't know. Then it would mean that the billionaires at the highest level are fighting over control of the currency. That's my point. So to me, I like to take the information I have to adjust my view of reality, like we did with the biophotons and the season and virology and all of that stuff, and try to make your world make sense to make sure you're fighting the right fight. So, and I'm not sure if we're still disagreeing there, Ty, but to let everybody know, that's where we are. That's where I am. That's where my head is at. And I'll leave it at that. You are quite good in code language, Gerard. No, I'm not, Christine. I'm not good in code language. You know what I'm good at? I'm good at bullshizzle. That was my job. My job was to go with these professionals, sit in the room with a bunch of engineers and programmers who work with software or something they developed for their entire career, 10, 20, 30 years. And I'm sitting with my boss and in a week or a month of study, however much time I had to study what their fleet of software was and their engineering, to point holes in it so they would hire us and pay us hundreds of thousands of dollars for the services my team offered. And I got good at it. That's all. I got good at spotting bullshizzle. I got good at realizing that most managers and engineers and people higher up above the supervisor level, they don't actually look at the mechanics of problems. So I'm just good at that. I'm good at problem analysis. That's it. I'm not a doctor, not a lawyer. Don't do none of that other stuff. I'm good at looking and doing problem analysis. That's why I'm saying the engineers, we have to leave. We don't want to stay. We believe in solving problems, not making them profitable. And that's why politics don't work. All right. Gerard, you are part of the system doing the shadow banning censorship, ? Absolutely, Deborah Chandler. Absolutely, I am. Yes, I am a part of that system. I have a bank account, I pay my taxes, and I can send it to all of this. So I'm definitely part of that system, Deborah. Did I write any software to watch people? Absolutely, I did. But that was in the corporations I worked for. Am I aware that we save everything in the corporate environment? And I didn't tell anybody who worked there. I can't say. I can't say on that. I have to think about what I said because I can get in trouble. So yeah, no, nothing's hidden in corporate environments. If you're using corporate software, corporate email, you're on your texting, you're emailing, you're cheating with somebody down in the other department office, we knew all of it. We knew all of it. I'm not gonna tell you how, when, why, or anything, but we knew all. We just didn't say, we weren't allowed to. And all your data that you think that your job deletes, and because I didn't stop cheating, now I'm loyal, we went got some counseling, and now you know what they do? We send it off site. Everything's backed up. They don't delete everything. All your pictures, the nasty pictures, the ones that you pulled down, you're sitting at the office and your lover, honey bun, sent you a message and email with the pictures, because at night later, baby, we gonna do something. Yes, your corporate environment has that. It gets backed up. It gets put on tape. Well, it used to get put on tape drives back then. And now it probably goes out through digital means to places like Iron Mountain and other places that store that data indefinitely. Nothing is deleted. Why? Because Rockefeller made that world and that booty is shining. Biophotons. They made a world based in conflict. And if your corporation has all the information on you, they can get you. If social media knows who you are, where you're going, while you're doing it, they know when they need to ban you, so they get tax breaks from NATO, who runs your government. If McDonald's knows if you're cheating on them with Burger King, they know to show you more ads and they know where you are. So don't ever give up. Oh no, Ty, don't ever give up. It's like, what's the name of that movie? That's the TV show. It's like Star Trek. Is it Star Quest? The one where the fake Captain Kirk, Captain Kirk, the fake Kirk, he says, never give up, never surrender. Never give up, never surrender. And be okay losing. Because that's all we're here to do. We're here to do our part. Never give up. 9/11 and JFK, everything is a rich man's trick. And this is why Patricia Hauser probably is going to have her whole Facebook deleted. That's the video. That's the documentary you need to watch. You don't need to watch a documentary about how vaccines saved the world. You can go ahead. It's going to be at your door with your police department and some guns soon. You need to watch a documentary that explains to you how your world works. And then you'll figure out why it's the police and, the Facebook wellness officers and the Google wellness officers are at your door with your shot and RFID chip. If you watch that, you'll understand how your world works. Johnson was horrific. He probably was, Susan. I don't remember anything about Johnson, but I know he came right behind JFK and they shot JFK in front of his face, so he did everything he was told to do. And when you talk about USS Liberty, you want to ruin your day, go ahead and watch that doc. Go listen to the interviews with the soldiers, the Navy people who were on the USS Liberty. If anybody's here is still a patriot. National pride! America! Go ahead and watch the whistleblower from the USS Liberty and you'll figure out. You'll figure out real soon if the presidents are ever on the American side. They're not that stupid. No, Johnson, when the naval boys got together, Susan, if you have not watched them, people were dying on the ship. I gotta be careful how I say it because I get misty-eyed when I say this. People dying on the ship. People being bombed, shot, napalm. They were dropping napalm on the deck, did everything they could to kill everybody on the boat. And when people went below decks, they got the submarines and started shooting torpedoes to make sure they got every single American on that boat, every last one of them. One of the naval ships, one of the aircraft carriers, saw that the USS Liberty was under attack by Zionists. Let's be clear. It was not the Jews attacking USS Liberty, and it was not Israel. It was under people who run their government. They were Zionists. We love the Jewish people. We love the people in Israel. We realize that they are just born on another side of the border. They want food, peace, freedom, and houses like the people in Palestine. Stay out of the conflicts, focus on the solutions. So when they called, the aircraft carrier said one of our boys are under attack, and they scrambled the jets to get out there to go help. And it was Johnson. He found out, well, wait a minute. The American Navy dispatched American Navy aircraft to go stop Zionists from bombing an American ship. Hell no, that ain't gonna happen because I'm gonna get in trouble. And that's what Johnson said. He didn't say that exactly, he said it in his head. I'm gonna get in trouble with the Zionists. No, call him back. And he called them back, not once, but twice. The second ship responded, which boggles my mind because this was under McCain, right? This was the second fleet that responded was under McCain. War criminal. And Johnson sent them back too. That's how your world works. That's what I'm saying. That's why I can't get down with the whole president's coming to save us and Q is coming to save us and the Democrats are coming to save us and the Republicans are coming to save us, because your world works on power and money. And if you go back to the Rothschild's quote where he said, you know what? It doesn't matter who writes your laws. You give me the ability to print a nation's currency, and it matters not who write the laws. Power and money. That's why I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I love conspiracy. I love mermaids. I love Bigfoot. I love Loch Ness. We're having a whole lot of fun looking at all the things that was hidden from us for the longest time. But when it comes to money and power and economics and shutting down economies, none of that is an accident. All of it is for power and money. Q is a collective. No one person has all of the keys. Gangster in the house, fluffy bear. Okay, well, Jimmy, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I don't know Q. I just know that he's not anonymous. That's all I know. And I'm speaking directly to you now. Okay. What to play a nice game of chess? Well, yeah, life is chess. But we like to play it with checkers, right? Because checkers is easier for people. People like to play checkers. Well, the Democrats are fighting the Republicans. And I'm like, no, they are not. They are 100% on some levels, they have some conflicts, but they only conflict on things that don't matter at all. Things that are not significant to billions and trillions of dollars. Things that are not significant to any freedoms and rights. The only thing they'll conflict over is on what the billionaires don't give two damns about. It's just how the world works. You know, but it's easier for people to go to work, pay their taxes, get up in the morning, go to sleep at night, as long as they think about things in like a simple way. Right? Checkers is simple. Chess is a little more difficult. With chess, you have to think about principles. Right? You have to think about economics. You have to think about power. And a lot of people don't do that. They just want to turn on the news. They want to see what's happening in their world and make decisions on that. So y'all are discussing. Ooh, y'all going back and forth. Ooh, lots of stuff. Lots of information. Information. It's good to know info, but now you have to be positive, right? The only way. Okay, Christine, I'm trying to process and translate. Yeah, it's good to know information, but you got to be positive. You got to be positive. You can't ever give into the darkness. You can't ever get into the darkness energy. So I don't want anybody to be confused, which is why I clarified earlier. The only people in conflict over anything significant are fools. We all in the same boat. The boat is going down, and what you're witnessing is rats grabbing at wood. Because the water is coming up. Everybody thinks they know what's going on. Well, most people think they know what's going on. None of us know what's going on. We stick to the root principles of the human being should be free. Money has to go away. Everything that props up that table of the system that's corrupt all around the world, all has to go. And the only way that's going to go is if we stop fighting over identities. And unfortunately, y'all, Q is an identity. And so it's anonymous. And so is Donald Trump. But I get Ty's perspective. I do know where Ty is coming from. So let me say it. I know where Ty is coming from. And Ty did a video a minute ago about the left. Ty is done with y'all. I'm not going to psychoanalyze because I'm not accredited. I can't. But I see where Ty is coming from. Y'all driving people crazy. You are. The liberals, y'all just went too far. I don't want to do teams and sides and nothing. I just want to sit back and watch y'all fight in the boxing ring, hitting each other back and forth. Y'all crazy. You really pushing it. You really push. Like for a minute, I tuned into press conference Is it every day? I guess every day they do a press conference where they tell you what's happening with the COVID and the cuckoo virus, let y'all know what y'all supposed to be doing, what you need to buy, where you need to run, how you need to run there, and how long you're going to be locked in your house like a petulant child. I watched this lady fight with him. I almost watched 5 minutes of it. And they fought over the word you or your or ours. One word. Apparently Justin Trudeau, am I saying it right? Because I don't know who your kings and lords are. I'm a petulant, obstinate barbarian. I don't believe in slavery and government and leaders and all that nonsense. But apparently Justin, his son-in-law, whoever his son-in-law is, said that the ventilators are ours, the federal government. And he fought, and so the reporter was fighting with Donald Trump over the word our or yours, and if it belongs to the state of the federal government. Did y'all see that? I watched it for 5 minutes, and the whole time I wasn't even thinking about that reporter, because she was fine as the day is long, and I wasn't even thinking about Donald Trump. I was thinking about Ty. I was like, now I get it. About 2 months ago, Ty did a video, said, I'm so sick of y'all liberals. I just want y'all to be in a fire somewhere. And I get it. I see how things transpired from there and why you believe in Q so much. Because y'all are crazy. Y'all are nuts. You stop listening to your leaders. Stop it. These people will get you killed. These people are literally, they've got government continuity products and programs where they go places. They got bunkers, they got swimming pools and food and strippers and male strippers and female strippers. Where they're gonna go if the world falls apart. They literally don't give two damns about you. And this is where it all got started with Ivana. They're saving face. They're saving face. They shut down the world. They broke the middle class. They did exactly what they were told to do. They gave the middle class of the United States and a lot of them around the world, small business and medium-sized businesses, over to global businesses, over to these families' businesses by making everybody stay at home so they can't sell products. They can't sell services. They can't fix everything. And they're trying to save face, and they're not going to admit it to you. They're not going to say, hey, you know what? This was flu season, and we got discombobulated. We saw something come out of China, and it looked like it was something bad, a bioweapon that we were working on with somebody else, and we probably sold to China. Then we arrested the guy in Canada who we know was working on the project with us, but he started working with another government, so we put him in prison. We was going to release it to you, but somebody else released it. We thought somebody else released it before we could. And so we had to shut down. We told the president this was artificially induced, shut it down, shut it down. And then we realized that not enough people were going to die because it was just flu season, and he got it wrong. So we made sure that we encoded the death certificates via the doctors to all say COVID, even if they weren't. As long as they had COVID, then the death had to be COVID. And the insurance companies enjoyed that because they got a pandemic clause, which means that they don't have to pay out in insurance policies. And this is why I talk about like disaster capitalism, all the different corrupt levels that from the bottom to the top. When you build a society that's based in lies and corruption, that's what you're going to get. That's what you're going to get. And all they're doing at this point in time is saving face. They've already broken America. It's one of their toys. It was a Democrat-Republican toy, and they broke it. And they don't want to tell you that. Because if they tell you that, you're going to sue them. And you should. You should sue them anyway. You lost a business, somebody lost a life, you couldn't go to a funeral, you know. And there are groups that are standing up against it now. Now, who is it? The Bundys? The Bundys are standing up. They're saying we done had enough of it. They say we done had enough of it. The Bundys are survivalists. They're the right. They're horrible people. No, they're people who want to be left alone. And right now they're standing up for other people who just want to be left alone. And so there are who was talking about it? Ron Paul. Ron Paul was talking about that people are starting to stand up and they're starting to leave their houses. I'm starting to see it too. I'm starting to hear sounds and cars and things moving, more people on the roads, and starting to realize, oh, I get it. It was a scam. It was a scam everywhere but New York. New York, if you come out the house, they'll put you in prison. They arrested the guy with his daughter in New York. Did y'all see that? That's insanity. That's what I mean. We all have the same thing in common. We can disagree on anything on the planet. We cannot disagree on slavery. We can't disagree on police states. We can't disagree on war and genocide. Those are things we can't disagree on because they'll always flip it around and use it on us. So let's disagree over Q, try to do it in a way with respect. The medical system, disagree over Donald Trump, disagree over the Democrats, the Republicans, the right, left, but don't ever be so stupid to turn on people that are in the same boat with you, and the people at the top don't give two damns about you, your rights, your children, where you go, or anything that's on that damn television. All right, hashtag 9/11 on the water. Yes, it was, Maria, and it was not because USS Liberty. 9/11, there was a 9/11 on the water. We let him get away with that. We let him get away with 9/11. We let him get away with killing JFK. We let him get away with the genocide in Yemen. We let him get away with NATO and all their wars. We let him get away with putting AFRICOM in Africa because he had a black president and y'all were okay with him killing black people and putting military down there. So now they want to test the vaccine on the people in Africa. You see how the world works? You let them get away, but they're not going to stop. They don't have a reason to stop. You know, how many people died from the cuckoo virus? Oh, when they count these numbers, baby, it's not going to be small. You think about all the people's lives and livelihood that were lost. You think about all of this. One doctor was talking about the children's pandemics, like some of the real pandemics above the cuckoo virus. Research stopped. They stopped researching cancer. They stopped researching autism because the doctors, the scientists can't even get in the laboratories to do it. We literally stopped all the pandemics, the big pandemics research for this one that's low on the totem pole. And oh my goodness, if people ever figure that out, all the people that have finally died because it's election season and people are playing right versus left in America, and I'm sure they're going to do it in your country. But that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to capitalize on the disasters. As long as it's not a disaster for them, they're going to get great retirements for it. Nobody knows who Q is. I agree with Christ Henderson. Because why? Because Christ. She said nobody knows who Q is. Nobody knows. And when people start to convince you, that's when I start trying to tell me he's a good guy. Like, how you know he's a guy? He's a good guy. How you know he's a guy? He's good. How you know he's good? How you know he's bad? There's nothing we know. They control the world, people. They control the world. And that's what yesterday's video was about. It doesn't really matter if Donald Trump or Washington now has the Federal Reserve currency. Literally in 1871, we became a for-profit corporation. And if the same people who made America, canceled the republic, collapsed it and made it a for-profit corporation, own it, it doesn't matter with the currency. 1913 and 1933 reversing, that's not going to do anything. If it's the same billionaires and trillionaires that own America, they now America, the country they own, in Washington, which prints their money that they own, it doesn't really matter. I think 1913 and 1933 was just, that was like probably plan L. You know how you got plan A, plan B, plan C, in case the monkeys want to get free? It's like at a good zoo. You got this gate, you got the next fence, you got another gate, you got the electric fence, the barbed wire, and you got the guy with the gun. They own us, people. Own. Listen to George Carlin. That's the reason why they killed him and Bob Marley. They own you. You are owned. Own. You know how to spell own? It's 3 letters, I think. You don't have politics. You just got things that get you to fight with other people, get emotional, so you want to actually focus on what's wrong with the world. Reality is free. It is free, Susan, and it is banned anywhere you post it on the internet. If it's truthful about the country that you're in. Control the world, but not our minds. Absolutely. That's all you got, Christine. You got your mind, your thoughts. You know, that's what they have. They control the world. It doesn't matter. Bow, let's whine, and Facebook, have a good day. No, they control the world. It matters that you know. It matters that you say the truth, that they own everything. They control everything and they see everything. So we build a world where they don't own anything. They don't control anything and everybody sees everything. That's why I like solutions, right? Like if you say things that are true, then you can have a solution that actually works. That's why I'm saying, that's why it's hard to be on this planet as an engineer. I'm not into conflicts. I'm not into any conflicts with anybody. It's just, you know, you see the problem, look at the root cause of the problem and fix it. So if the problem is they got secrets, guess what? Open source world. The problem is they got money. They can make liberals and rights out of money. They can make nations out of money and control people like slaves. So you get rid of money because it is just a representation of labor, which is slavery. When you solve things at the root, you don't have to worry about the mid-tier. You don't have to worry about the identities. You don't have to worry about the Qs or the Anonymouses or the Barack Obamas or the Bernies or the Tulsis or the Bidens. You can throw all the identities away. None of them matter. You just stand on the root. You can't have any secrets and you can't have money. You have to free the people. You cannot have debt to force children as adults to be stupid, to be in conflict with other people. That's why I love root cause problems, and the engineers and I were going to be leaving this planet. We were literally born at the wrong time. I mean, maybe we were supposed to come to Earth, just not now. Not now, because y'all want to keep problems and fight over things that we don't know. I believe in look at the root cause, solve the problem, and ignore the mid-tier, ignore the identities. Arguing and demeaning people never proves a point. No, it doesn't, Laura. It's when people make things personal, it's because there's a profit in making it personal. Like, I think we used to talk about this a few months ago, before I got thrown off of Facebook, third or fourth time, which was, the conversation ends when people make it personal, right? That when they don't have a factual rebuttal, that conversation is over. When they make it personal, then you check out. You got to get good at doing that. In fact, and you know what? Ty taught me that one. This is why I love Ty to death. Ty taught me that one. Ty was the most I don't give half a damn person I know on the internet. And I needed Ty for that. You know why? Because I cared too much. I didn't understand how to just check out. When people get personal, you got to check out. Let them, everybody's got their own reality. Let people live that reality. Right there you go. Who posted that? Ego. Lori just said it. Just let everybody have their ego. Everyone is in a different part of the slave plantation, in a different cage, and they're going to say things how they see it. And trust them to be that. Trust them to say that. Don't worry about their ego. You got one too. That's how you save the world. You leave people alone and let them have their own reality. Deja vu, anyone? Lots of laughter. Bernie just dropped out. Did Bernie drop out, Sharon? I was not paying attention. You know what? I thought I saw something about that, though. I thought I got a pop-up where, who was it? Hey, Sharon, don't you be laughing at the Bernites. They was just trying to burninate it. Don't, the Bernie bros. Don't laugh at them. They're good people. They were trying to do what they thought was right. That's what everybody's doing. But that's not surprising. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, Sharon. I'm a history theorist. I like history and economics, power and money and systems, and just look how they work. You knew that was going to happen. I saw a pop up from, it was either Lionel or somebody else I follow that I enjoy, who you like Bernie, and said Bernie turned on Medicare for all or something like that. And I kind of just giggled, Sharon. I don't really have time for their world. I got real problems. I got squirrels in my pots trying to dig up my seeds. I got real problems I got to deal with, not the fake problems. And so I kind of giggled, and I was like, you know what? That's okay. Because it was supposed to happen. It was supposed to happen. The DNC was supposed to turn on him because I think his ideas actually would solve. He has some ideas that would solve some problems, like Donald Trump does, like Barack Obama did. And the people who run the DNC and the GOP aren't going to let that happen. They're fighting in pole position with Russia and China and everybody else to bow down and kiss the butt cheeks of the families that run this world. They got the real money and the real power that can pull off 9/11s, USS Liberties, and JFK murders, and Martin Luther King murders, and they just want to be in pole position. So we knew that was going to happen to Bernie. That's not new, that's truthful information, but it was supposed to happen. Because by that happening, Sharon, what happened? A few people who had no clue now have a clue. Now, a few people who had no clue still ain't got no clue, and that's okay. We are supposed to go extinct if we don't figure it out. If we don't figure it out, that's why nature has asteroids. Hang on, let me get rid of this booty, because this is it. Rockefeller designed the world to get everybody to focus on things that don't matter, to put everybody in conflict, from the systems to the countries to the poor people to the corporations and industries. As long as everybody's in conflict, ain't nobody looking at the rich people that actually own resources and run the world. And that was another thing I got from Ty. So don't y'all think I'm in conflict with Ty. I will never be in conflict with Ty. I will never be in conflict with Tony. I'll never be in conflict with Chris. I'll never be in because I don't do conflict. I have no interest. They don't own resources. And this Ty taught me this one too. They don't own resources. When I first ran into Ty, well, the first one I was like, who? What the hell? Because Ty was teaching how to do outfits, and it was interesting. But while Ty was doing outfits, Ty was saying incredibly deep things. And one thing he said, you need to focus on the people that own the resources. Don't worry about the rich people. There's wealth, and then there's rich people. Don't worry about the rich people. The rich people you get to see. You get to see their cars, their houses. You can drive past them. I'm paraphrasing and throwing some extra stuff in there for you. He said, focus on the people that own the resources. And ain't nothing more rings true the minute he said it, as in today, as in the beginning of time, when these families designed a conflict-based world. If you focus on the people who own the resources, you're going to be solving problems. If you focus and argue over the rich people, you're going to be wasting everybody's time. That is very true. All right. But they're using it to test for CV. Yes, Hillary. Well, they've been saying that for a while, is that the test kit didn't work. The test kits, like 50% of them that came out of China didn't work, went to Europe. And over here, we're not really testing. Over here, we're just coding to save face because it's just flu season and everybody's disaster capitalizing all the levels down. Gerard, you're overreacting. Both find is crazy. You know what? That's why I laugh. People can't figure out. Why are you always laughing? How come you ain't mad? How come you ain't angry? How come? Like, because I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. I'm just watching the show. I ain't on nobody's side, nobody's team. I realize I'm a 98% monkey and I ain't got no clue. I know a few things. I know about this much, and that's all I know. And so I don't like reaction, both front. It's like, I think to react, it means that you gotta like really take it seriously. You gotta really believe that you're right. I don't believe I'm right. I know that they keep their things from me. The mermaids could be swimming in the ocean right now. The USOs and the UFOs, the aliens. I could have people in front of me that are phased, that are just using DARPA technology that they stole from other inventors. I can't react. I can't get excited. I can't get mad, angry, upset, or discombobulated because I finally realized that that's all childish. It's childish. Children get upset because they think they know what they want and they think they're right. They want candy and they don't get the candy and start, I want that candy. They'll beat on the wall, hit the fridge, have a temper tantrum. And I can't do that, right? Because the child doesn't know that the candy going to give them it's got a carcinogen called sugar. And it's going to make them to a youth that's going to eat a lot of sugar. It's going to give them a false reality that they can eat sugar, that it's okay to put synthetic things in your body that cause all kind of ailments and cancers as an old person. They're going to go their whole life eating a whole bunch of sugar. They're going to build a whole life based on eating Ho-Ho's, Twinkies, Cinnabons, and Twix Snicker bars. And then they're going to turn 30, 40, 50, and flu season is going to happen. And then they're going to get scared because they're going to realize that they should have listened to Dr. Buttar. They thought that they knew what was going on as a child, built a whole unsustainable life on eating Twinkies, Snicker bars, Hershey bars, bagels, and biscuits in the morning. I know somebody got a bagel in their mouth right now. Ate all that gluten. And now you realize you've been given an unsustainable world because you reacted, you fought for the candy and your parents gave it to you, and it created an unsustainable reality for you that was based in a false reality that you eat a bunch of stuff that you're not going to be able to eat as you get old because it'll turn your immune system off like a clock and you're going to get every cold, flu, and virus that comes through your country. The longer they drag this out, the more people will wake up. This is true, Christ Henderson. Oh, Christ Henderson, just saying all the truthful things today. Christ, you write a book? Did you create any disciples or anything? The longer they draw it out, the more people wake up. That's why I'm so discombobulated, Christ. I don't really know where I stand on this crisis. It's not really a crisis for me. My crisis is the damn squirrels out front. But the longer they keep this up every day, y'all making more anarchists every single day. Every day, every day, every day. And that's why I'm mostly not in the fight, because I'm an anarchist. I never used to be. But when I really started focusing on the fact that people own the resources and they just keep all the rich people in fight with each other, which keeps all the poor people in fight with each other, I'm just an anarchist. I just believe in equality and freedom and sovereignty. Leave people alone, let them be them. It's not your business what they do. You know, but the longer they draw it out, Christ, the more anarchists they make. They just make every day. They just there every day, new anarchist. They just popping like this. Popping like, why am I locked in my house? How come I can't go outside? How come I get arrested? Why am I getting citations? Why the police arrested me when I got my daughter in front of me for going outside to take her to the park? This is not free. What's going on? How come the Democrats and the Republicans, they all did this? They didn't subsidize the chemicals, the farming. They didn't just helping Monsanto, every political party. Every day, y'all just make it more anarchist. So the only thing I can say with that one, Christ, is we got to look out for each other. Make sure people got food, water, oxygen, freedom. Stand up for each other, stand up for each other's rights, and just see how this plays out. But I think it's already too late. I think they could turn things on tomorrow, Christ, and I think they've already destroyed America. I think they've already broke the billionaire's toy. You know, which means on the other side of this, the only question is, do we give them the plantation back? Or do we fix things? Do we fix things? Do we look out for each other? Do all the things that Christ told y'all what to do? Yeshua Christ said, do you feed the world? You take care of everybody? Make sure everybody got land, houses, food, a garden of Eden to eat from? Stop beating them over the head with your belief system and your Bibles and your Qurans and your Gitas and what you think you know and your Qs and your Anonymouses and, and your Americas and your Chinas. You're going to keep them beating them over the head with what you don't know? Or you're just going to do what you're supposed to do? Do what you're supposed to do. Oh, Susan blocked Ty. I don't know. Don't do that. Well, you know, I don't tell people what to do. If that's what you got to do, Susan, that's what you got to do. I think it's a mistake. And the reason why I think it's a mistake is because Ty is a very strong intellectual with very strong critical thought. And I don't agree with Ty everywhere, but Ty has very important things to put in the conversation. But also I agree with you that Ty's name is Furious George. And Ty has to live out his name. Ty has to be furious. And Ty has a reason to be furious. It's like John. Like we got into this with John not a minute ago. People were blocking John. And I was just like, but John is John. That's what John's supposed to be. But John had a rough background. John's supposed to be rough. He's supposed to talk rough. You know, but if you can't deal with it, then you should block him. Ty didn't have, you know what? Every time that Ty posts something that I'm about to react to, I don't react. I can't. I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to. I'm literally not allowed to take personal things from people who've been through hell and back. I'm not allowed to use that privilege. And I'm not saying, Susan, don't block Ty, nothing like that. It's just, and I same thing with Tony. I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed. I live too much of a privileged life. I will never stand in judgment over people who've been through things that I can't even fathom. And Susan, you actually started to say this a little earlier, you know, which is there are people who have been through hell and back. And you don't go through hell and back without coming out with a little bit of lava. You don't go through hell and back without coming out. Like, first of all, you got to be a beast and a monster to go through America as LGBTQ, black, woman, a child, or poor, or impoverished. I can't even imagine. I'm not even going to try to imagine. Did you see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is try to just accept that there are people who have been through the fire. And they come out, they got to know how to fight fire. You don't go through a fire as a firefighter to know how to fight fire. So people who give you fire, usually it's because they've been through a fire. And I just try to put myself in that place where I understand that I'm privileged enough that I didn't have to deal with that. You know, that's why I always speak up for the gay community. You have to. They literally did not do anything about HIV or AIDS. They were trying to genocide and extinct people that God made perfect. You see what I'm saying? God doesn't make junk. A lot of people who don't read their scriptures don't understand that. They listen to their pastors instead of reading scripture. They have no idea what God is. But it doesn't create no junk. So anyway, I'm not gonna go through that because that's gonna piss me off. I'm just saying I don't block any because I don't know any of these people what they've been. Deborah Chandler, she's another one, right? Like disagree in certain places. But I ain't never going to stand against Deborah Chandler in anything. Deborah Chandler's been through some fire, and she got fired for it. She's supposed to. That's the only way she survived. All right, that's all I'm saying. Susan too. Susan's been through some hell. Bofon ain't been through nothing, y'all. Just block him. No, I'm just playing. No, don't block Bofon. He's our comedian. We are merely routers in the consciousness existence, yet we think we possess a consciousness. Ooh, yeah. See, this is why you can't block Bofon. He'll irritate the hell out of you. I know he will. He good at it. He know how to do it. Bofon will get to. Go ahead, put some pictures of some anuses, some okra in your face, and he'll have some fun with you. But he's a smart dude. Listen to what he's saying. Do you understand? He's saying you're a router. All you're doing is routing a consciousness. You're just routing it. He's an IT dude too. He's got that engineering mindset. So the router is the device in your house that's picking up the signal, that's broadcasting 4.2 gigahertz at a lighter frequency that doesn't really affect your cells as much as what causes the conditions that look like viruses. Your consciousness is in the ethos, right? It's just picking up. You don't ever die. You don't ever die. And that's why I'm saying you don't need to overreact and take things so seriously. Fighting with people on the internet or in reality. You're connected to everybody. You are coming from a vibration, an energy, a sound, a God, a heaven, whatever people want to call it. All you're doing is routing a consciousness through a 98% monkey that feels really bad if it doesn't have bananas and it likes shiny things. Okay? All the monkeys done been through something, and if you're privileged enough, you can spend enough time studying things that start to show you what the real world looks like. And that's why this was about biophotons. Just bring it all back around. We live in a time where we just don't know what we think we know. We only know the little piece of the puzzle we get to see. Biophotons is a thing. You don't have to make a plastic bottle, put it on your head, and a maxi pad for breathing to go outside. If you see other people, you're going to pick up on them biophotons, and you're going to actually probably get sick too. It's not about touching in biology. I think that's a piece of it, but there's a lot of other science that you need to pay attention to. Dr. Alexander Pop was his name. All right. You see, you don't know who the 1% are by design. I agree with Bofon there as well. Bofon he's slamming them today. You don't know who the 1% are. I think, hang on, Bofon. Let me say this. I think we can know who the 1% are, the families that are in the 1%, but the 1% is not in the 0.01%. Right? In a conflict-based system where increasing power is the mandate, increasing money is the requirement, that you will always have a 2% that creates a 1%, that creates a 0.01%, that probably creates a 0.00001%. But the people in power, the ones who are calling the shot, which is what Bofon is saying, if you know who they are, they're not calling the shots. They're not allowed to. The people who call the shots are smart enough to not let you see them. Otherwise, they wouldn't be shot callers and ballers. All right, that's it. Let me see, I'm reading some comments and I'm gonna get going. I do not push anyone away, Rebecca. Yep, and nobody should push anyone away, Lori. Nobody should intentionally, Lori. I would say that. Because I push people away. I don't mean to, but I do. I think just being a monkey here, you don't have a choice. I think because of my examples and what I've seen, the things I know that conflict with other people's realities that I say to get them upset, yeah, I'm gonna push people away. But I don't try to. But I don't think I have a choice. I think my skin pushes people away. I think the fact that I have a bald head pushes people away. I know my perspectives pushes people away. I damn sure know the fact that I'm a man pushes people away because I'm American. So I don't think we can control that. But I think what Lori's probably trying to say is she doesn't intentionally push people away. But no matter what you do, people will always get pushed away because we're all born in this gaming system. And the gaming system that, where's Devil Bill at? Gaming system that, there he goes, the Devil Bill designed around the world is to make us stupid, keep us in the blind, and keep us in conflict with each other. All right. I do not attack others for disagreeing with me. And I have to agree with that. I have never seen Lori attack anybody that disagreed with her. Never for that. I've never seen that. I've seen Lori disagree, and Lori and I disagree. I've never seen her attack anybody. But then again, attack is such a weird world, isn't it? Because that is a relative thing. I mean, to you, it's just talking, and to other people, it's an attack, which is, like I said, once again, you know, owe nobody anything but to love them. That's another scripture. Like to watch, I guess we were on that point, watching Tony and Ty go back and forth. Like, man, I don't know. And I don't even know if they blocked each other. I know that they still got strong cursive words for each other. But that's how they both talk, right? That's how they both talk. And so like somebody might look at them and say, oh, they're attacking each other. When really they're just having a conversation. They're just disagreeing with each other. You know, so I think attack is a strong word. Sometimes you say things, sometimes comedy is attacking someone. You say things as a joke, but other people take it personal, and it depends on where they're from, what they've been through, the relativeness of the situation. So I don't think, you know, I think the intent, what is that saying about intent? What is that wise saying? That it's the intent that matters? I mean, for me, I think it's the intent that matters. There are people who try to help you. There are people who are trying to teach you. There are people who are trying to give you information, but they end up hurting you. But it's that intention that should have really mattered. To me, that's what matters. Anyway, not the specific ones for this hybrid, but meh, whatever. I choose to have a laugh fest. Okay, Miss Tree, you should laugh. Laughing is good for the immune system. The more you laugh, the healthier you'll be. And I follow Tony and I follow Ty because they make me laugh and cry. That's right. I follow Buttar because he makes me laugh. Jimmy makes me laugh. Trish makes me laugh. Christ Henderson. There's a crew of people that just, they shouldn't even be on the internet. Between Christ, Coco, Daniel, Beaufont. I cry all the time. I can't ever watch one of their threads because there's always some genitals and booty holes and cakes and other things, cookies, pies, and things that crack me up. Find people that make you laugh and find people that teach you. If you find people that can teach you and make you laugh at the same time, you found gold. And I've learned from everybody here. Ty is a brilliant character. Absolutely, Rebecca. That Ty is brilliant. Nobody will ever take that from Ty. You can disagree. He can call you every kind of ignorant, stupid, silly, crazy, anything on the planet. But you will never take the fact away from Ty that Ty is brilliant. Absolutely. Ty is brilliant. Susan's brilliant too. Never blocked John though, but did block Ty. Okay, well, thank you for that information, Susan. Everybody has to do what they have to do. Everybody has to do what they have to do. You make it through your day. You know, but there will be people. Oh, I'm gonna defer to Dave Chappelle on this one. I'm gonna defer to Dave Chappelle, the way Dave Chappelle said it, because everybody has their comedians. Little nasty people got theirs, and there go one right there. There go Courtney. That's Coco. Little nasty people got their comedians. The racist people got their comedians. The American got their comedians. The Democrats got their comedians, which boggles my mind why anybody is watching The Daily Show. No, I cannot stand that guy. And he just interviewed Billy Gates. Everybody's got their comedian, and if they can put Billy Gates on TV with your favorite comedian from your side that tells jokes the way that you need to hear them, the way to get your vote and your support, then that's exactly what they'll do. As long as it'll get you to cheer to have some synthetic shot stuck in your booty cheeks, then that's what they'll do. But everybody's got their comedian. I defer to Dave Chappelle. Comedy is very important. As long as people are fighting, or as long as people are laughing, they're not fighting. As long as people who can laugh together can come together. People who cannot laugh are the people you need to worry about. So hell yeah, I enjoy the fact that the KKK has comedians. They need to have comedians. Because when those people aren't laughing, they're burning. They're hanging. They're putting people on crosses. Not today. The KKK did retro KKK. Not new KKK. New KKK, they got a kinder, softer, gentler message called jobs. Which is real talk. Let's be honest. Real talk. That definitely was a Ku Klux Klan message. Make America great again. That it was. They got it directly from the Ku Klux Klan. But that was legacy Ku Klux Klan, not new Ku Klux Klan. New Ku Klux Klan, the vast majority of members, they just want jobs. The Klan came to town and got them some jobs. And that's where all that came from. But people don't like to do research. They like to get upset about things and yell and scream about it. If somebody came to your town, you didn't have a job, and the Klan was going to help get you guys together to get you jobs and get that mind back open, that's exactly who I would join. I wouldn't give two damns what the letter and the acronym said. I'd get down with it because I need ways to support my family. That's exactly what I do. But everybody's got to have their comedians. As long as we're laughing together, then people can come together. And their immune systems work. So they're like a buffer, the cuckoo virus. As long as you got that buffer between you and cuckoo virus in Wuhan, China, or Fort Detrick, then you're good to go. But if people are upset and crying online and fighting with each other and they think they know everything and low vibe, creating anaerobic environments on the internet and in their body, then they're spreading disease and cultivating problems. Laughter is important, very important. I rarely block anyone. Everyone has something to offer, but I also understand if you feel attacked, it affects your ability to function rationally. Block. And Trish just said it right there. Trish said in one sentence what took me 30 minutes to say. You got to do what you got to do, but you have to stay in focus. If how things are designed in your world make you happy, then you got a good design for your world. If you found peace and joy and you're in conflict with very few people, then I think you're close to where you should be going. And that's just real. You got to do what you got to do. Try to make it temporary. If you can, try to make it temporary, because you're going to have less information. A lot of people block homeless people. I don't believe in blocking homeless people. They walk through and they step over them on the way to work. Homeless people got a lot of things they can teach you too. Where is Daniel? Haven't seen him around lately. Is he okay? Oh, I'm sure he's fine, Avon. I'm sure his wife was probably just trying to feed the baby and put some breast milk in some bottles, put them in the fridge, and Daniel's choosing between watching a live stream or sneaking in the fridge and stealing the baby's milk. That's all. Daniel's a funny dude. Meanwhile, I'm not attacking Ty or John, Sean, or anyone. I'm not causing them or any problems. I'm just protecting myself and my friends and aliens and allies. Oh, Deborah, I thought you said aliens. No, I've never seen Deborah attack anybody either. And that's a good thing if you can do that. Gerard, you see that I don't always agree with me, but you never call me a whoa, yeah, C word or the M word. No, I don't. I don't because Susan, because I'm different. I'm privileged. And I ain't gonna lie. I'm privileged. I had a father who would have smacked the hell out of me if I used the C word or the M word. It was not allowed. We had a whole alphabet of words. Some people had 4-letter words they couldn't use. I had a whole bunch of words, Susan, I couldn't use. But there are certain people who use those words because in their world, that's what solves what they're trying to solve. All right, I'm not trying to psychoanalyze or anything. I'll give you an example. Went to New York. I won't say nothing about New York right now because they're in a crisis. Their government locked them in the house like they're children. And I don't know what it would be like to locked in an apartment, not able to walk out on the concrete. I'm not a concrete jungle person. However, one time at band camp, I married somebody who came from New York. So I had to go to New York. I was a nice guy, grew up in Maryland, love everybody, take care of everybody, blah, 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 blah. Got to New York, and I think I was at one of the colonizer stores, Today's Man, J.C. Penney, just one of the criminal stores. One of the criminals in bed with that black market Wall Street, stealing clothes, making slaves make them, and growing cotton all over the planet. And getting investors to invest in them. And I was trying to get the lady's attention to get some help, and she was ignoring me. I was like, hey, I was holding the shirt up and whatever. Couldn't get her attention. People were cutting in line or cutting in front of the desk and getting her attention, yelling and cussing. And I had a moment. I was sitting there and I realized that in New York City, to get attention, not Manhattan. I was in Manhattan. Where was I? I was in Brooklyn. I was in Long Island somewhere. You have to raise your voice to get people to get their attention. All right. I dare say you got to cuss at her. And I'm like watching this lady cuss to get service. And in DC, if you cussed at somebody to get service, you get shot. You'd be murderized, put under a car somewhere. But the lady responded. The service person responded. They got help and they started working together. And to me, that's abusive. That's why I don't use those words. To me, that's like, it's foul, but that's in my world. Right? In New York, that's how you get service. And everybody talks like that to each other. And the internet created a weird world where it brought together people who come from all different realities. They got to use different types of languages. Yes, to survive. Who said that? Melissa. To survive, right? It's their culture. And I think that's what we're scared to say. We're scared to say that some people's culture offends us. But it's just culture. They didn't mean to offend us. It's literally by making noise is how they get service. It's how they solve problems. So I do my best to back out of it. All right, let me get off of that topic. Nothing personal. Yeah, and it never should be, Jimmy. And Jimmy and I have had our disagreements. But it's not personal. Jimmy's still here. I still read his comments. We're still friends. I still look on his Facebook. We disagree about the Bernie stuff. We disagree about the music in the background. But Jimmy and I, you know, Jimmy has too much to teach. Why in the hell would I say anything that I know is going to offend Jimmy? I still need to know what Jimmy knows. Knock, knock, who's there? Elvira, who? Elvira, who? High Navy. Is that Jimmy? Is that Jimmy? That's not funny. I'm not even sure what I just read. Did I miss the joke? I missed knock, knock joke. PM me, Melissa. That's not Jimmy. That's not funny. You're not teaching me comedy, Jimmy. Not right there. No, is that Jimmy? Is that somebody else? I can't read the icon over there. I stopped teaching my cats to ice skate a year ago. Did you? Hook them up with another, hook them up with another more able. I stopped teaching my cats to ice skate a year. You should not teach cats to ice skate, Miss Tree. You shouldn't. Cats are murdery, criminal, war criminal, psychopathic, monster. You should. Oh, here, I got a picture. I'm gonna show you a picture real quick. Before I know, I gotta change the subject. Don't get me started on cats. I'm gonna have them people attacking me. Look right here. See, that's him right there. I can't watch that. But that's this. See his face? I was gonna make a meme out of this. I decided not to. That's the face that you should have if you are actually interviewing one of the most ridiculous, evil, nonsensical, synthetic, poison the people, starting problems to solve the problem, person on the planet, behind genocide. Look at his face. That's the real face. Every other face he makes is fake. Besides, he and I are on the outs anyway because he doesn't like Aboriginal women. I was upset with that. The same reason I have to look out for Susan. I got to look out for Ty. I got to look out for anybody who's been through something. I got to look out for Aborigine women. I got to look out for them. You can't go and make jokes and talk about how people are ugly because guess what? In my perspective, you know what? I'm going to step out on the ledge here. I've seen beautiful men. I've seen beautiful men. Now, beautiful in terms of beauty, symmetry in their face. I've never seen a man I wanted to kiss. Yes, I do have a husband according to Facebook. Facebook picking your husband app. Because I think it's fun and funny. I'm not a homophobe, so none of that bothers me. I think a joke is a joke. But as men go, I'm sorry. I don't think I'm a beautiful man, and that damn sure ain't no beautiful man. I'm sorry. To me, beauty is deeper than skin, and he does that whole help Trump derangement syndrome nonsense, right? And that's not making the world a better place. That's keeping conflict and problems with humor. And that's why I don't watch The Daily Show. I used to, I can't support it no more, because he attacked Aboriginal women. You know, whatever you think on the outside, whether you think they're pretty or not, it's not the importance. Every Aboriginal woman's beautiful on the inside because they're women. And they live in a conflict-based society, a model built by men, Rockefellers and families that have never given women rights anywhere. Not equal rights. So nah, you can go to hell. But he has the right face on. Yes, he has the right face. But that's Hollywood. If you get big, you gain any sort of attention in Hollywood, you grow, you get a big voice, they will use you however they need to. And that's another thing Ty found out. That's another thing most of my friends in Hollywood entertainment found out. A lot of friends here you can talk to. If you are in Hollywood and they bless you and they let you become very profitable, when it's time to distract the public, they will use you. They can't call on Michael Jackson because he's now dead, so he's not touching children no more. But everybody know that man touched children. Okay, let's just be honest. But the reality is, he was abused as a child too. Joe abused him. We don't know how Hollywood and who else abused. We don't know how many Harvey Weinsteins. Is that his name? Weinstein? Yeah, Weinstein that he ran into. And so he grew into an adult that did things that are nutty. But then, once again, all abusers are abused. I still sing Michael Jackson music. I don't care what anybody thinks. I don't care what anybody thinks. Because I know he was abused and all abusers abuse. Did he touch children? I'm pretty sure he did. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm pretty sure he did. But he was touched, and probably worse than that. So he became what we made him. I bought I bought the Jackson 5. I bought all of that. I consented to all of it. So who am I to judge? I helped him become the monster he is. I helped Bill Cosby become the monster he became. I helped Weinstein. And in ways, I've helped Epstein. And this is where the Q people and I disagree. You will never take a system that's based in abuse and have people who are successful in that system fight abuse. It's not going to happen. It's never happened. And if it's happening right now, then I'll be a monkey's uncle and I'll wear my MAGA hat proudly. Because that's the deal I have. That's the deal I have. I said I'll wear the MAGA hat for a week. I'll wear the MAGA hat for a week if the mass arrests start happening. They're not going to happen. Well, they're going to happen. But it's not going to be the powerful and the elite that all feed into the system that Rockefeller made. It's based in conflict. If you conflict and you get good at it and successful, like the Daily Show and the presidents and prime ministers and politicians, you get good at it, you're a part of the system. It's your job at that point just to make people think that you're fighting a system that you not only consent to, but are a strong leg holding up. All right? I'm gonna do the last ending music. I'm gonna get out of here. If I'm wrong, I've been wrong before. I hope I'm wrong. And that's the weird difference that I see with me, is I hope I'm so wrong. There's nothing I hope more than Q is right and Donald Trump sweeps in to save the poor children. I've just never seen that happen in time. I've never seen it happen in history. I hope he's right. I hope that they laugh in my face and get me MAGA hats on my head and stuff. Why? Because those people, their hearts are in the right place. They want something good to happen. We just disagree on how it's gonna happen. And this is why Ty is so angry at the liberals. Because, yeah, Lord, yeah, I guess they want good things too. I want to say it. I don't say they want good things. They want good things too. Their hearts are in the right place. But we're all confused by the information that's put out there. Oh, Anonymous, somebody just posted, Anonymous put out a message, exposes Bill Gates' secrets, COVID-19. I hope that's true. I hope that's true. Who posted that? I hope Anonymous put that out. Who posted that? Jeannie posted that. Okay, I hope it's true. But he's not anonymous. Okay, I hope it's true, but he's not anonymous. And I'm not going to follow him. I'm not going to believe in him. I'm not going to trust him or them if they're a group, like Q is a group. I'm going to stick to the basic principles. Leave people alone. Leave people alone. People are sovereign. Systems are not sovereign. Parties are not sovereign. Leave them alone. Oh, I got to do this one. And when you have a system that's based in oppression of women, children, the poor, LGBTQ, the middle class, and the rich, when it catches on fire, throw some kerosene at it. This is where I'm agree, and I'm going to start to wrap it up from here. And I agree with what Christ Henderson said, because Christ Henderson is Christ Henderson, which is let it burn. Let it burn to the bottom. Every day you are creating human beings. You're creating more human beings every day that want to let the humans be. So when you see a system on fire like we got now, let it burn. Let it burn. That's why I'm conflicted. I'm so conflicted in the whole put the fire out thing. I like the firefighter analogy, and the reason why I like that is because you know how firefighters, I love analogies. They help me, they help my mind picture the right thing. When the firefighters do the fire line, am I saying it right? I know I got at least one firefighter friend here. It's called the fire line, where to stop the spread of the fire, they'll go out there and they'll start burning lines ahead of it. That's what we need to do with the inferno of this world, is we need to go ahead and start making fire lines. Start making fire lines where we don't burn up the resources that we need. Right? There's certain things that people need. But the rest of the system, it has to burn. It has to go. Absolutely has to go. Let it burn, because it never stood for us. I was thinking about the war on drugs yesterday. Posted that the other day. If you got a system that puts people in prison for growing their own medicine, it has to burn. If you have a system that never respects the rights of any human on the planet, because Rockefellers built that system, it needs to burn. Oh, there you go. I'm gonna read. If you have a system, weather manipulation, as Susan just posted, that manipulates the weather and lies about it, it has to burn. If you have a system where millions of children every year commit suicide, you got to let it burn. You don't want to get that back online. Anytime somebody says return to normal, you need to smack them in the head with a bag of okra and a smoothie. Let it burn. It needs to go away. We have a chance to undo what the Rothschilds and Rockefellers have done all over this planet. When you got a system and 40 to 60% of the women, because I forgot the statistic, got to take antidepressant drugs just to get up to go to work in the morning, and not work as in job, you got to let it burn. When you got a system that's kept slavery alive under a different name, generation to generation, and now it goes by the name career, but it's a forced labor camp, you got to let it burn. When you have a system, as an engineer, trying to tell you, that prevents you from solving problems because it writes laws to make industry out of problems and keep them profitable, you got to let it burn. When you have a system where 22 soldiers a day commit suicide, you got to let it burn. Obviously, that system is not for you. Obviously, it's not a good thing. All right, I live about 15 minutes from New York City, Bridgegate. Okay, Melissa, do you live on what side of the bridge? Because if you're on the wrong side of the bridge, if this goes on too long, they're going to blow that bridge. They're going to lock it down. Y'all remember New York City? Somebody posted a picture of the bridge. I don't know if it was GW or the other one where they got that big box and nobody knows what it is. They got that big metal box and they were wondering if it was 5G, a weapon or whatever. Yeah, now's a good time to remember that. What the hell does that big metal box do? When you come through the bridge and it's right there, right? They're going to lock people in the cities. When you have a system that's based in control, you got to let it burn. You got to let it burn. The fire of love, Gerard. Amen, Susan. Amen. Amen. No matter the question, love is always the answer. It sounds hippie, it sounds Christy, but it's true. It doesn't matter the problem. If the answer, if the answer is based in love, you should do it. If the answer is based in politics, it's a waste of everybody's time. That's just reality. Rebecca Costello and self-awareness and alcoholism don't coexist, in my opinion. I'm not following that discussion, but if you've got a nation that's got rampant alcoholism, you got to let it burn. Got a nation that has a military-industrial complex, got to let it burn. Got a nation that makes it profitable to shoot children because they grow and sell dried plants or put them in cages, you got to let it burn. That's not a human system. That system's not designed for humans. It's designed by a medical industry set up by Rockefeller. Double bill. If you've got a system that rolls out 5G, you got to let it burn. You got to find your pyrotechnic abilities. All right, get the last ending music. Where the ending? Sound team, cue the ending music. So I can read the last couple comments. Let everybody go and get out of here. I sent a friend request to Melissa. That's good, Susan. Everybody here should be friends. Everybody here has something to teach you. And if you're not too ignorant, wrong word. Yeah, well, yeah, no, that's the right word. If you're not too ignorant of their culture You're going to learn a lot from them. And if you're not too ignorant with their culture and you say things to them that you probably shouldn't, if you don't have to, then you're not going to learn from them. Everybody should make friends. Ooh, Bob Marley. I love Bob Marley. Bob Marley's song, Can't Live With That Negative Way, Working for the Positive Day, Love and Kindness, Empathy, and Positive Vibrations. I warn people on my Facebook page. It's pretty negative. I post about despicable, outrageous, and cruel articles because we must be silent. Learn from all the experiences. Love you all. Betty at Anguiano, you do not have a negative Facebook. You have a Facebook that's telling people real things about their real world. There is nothing more positive than somebody who posts the ugly truth, because somebody somewhere is under the boot of that ugly truth. And I thank you for that. Like I said, I got 7 billion cousins all over this planet, and I always appreciate anybody who will take time to post something that pisses off somebody else who consented to the system that holds them down. That's it. And you know what? But I think, Betty, what happens is if you have a lot of gaslit friends, they'll look at your posts and they'll say they're negative. It's because their brain is not focused on the fact that they're privileged. That's why. Or they don't understand it. So I thank you for that, Betty. I thank you for taking the time out of your busy day where you have real problems to post things that we all need to stop consenting to. Things that identify we need to let this system burn down. Oh, Di's an alcoholic in my opinion. Well, that could be true, Deborah Chandler. And alcohol helps a lot of people like cannabis and cocaine get through hard times. None of that should be illegal. We need to work. And this is what I'm saying, as an engineer, I don't worry about the identity of it. I say, well, we have a system that makes people alcoholic, then it needs to go away. And as an engineer, I got to go with the specs. The spec is to solve the problem. And if the problem comes from oppression, you don't let people live their own lives, they take up alcohol, they become aggressive, or they grew up in a family like that, or a conflict-based society, then as an engineer, I have to say in my mind, we need a society where people are free, where they don't have to go work in forced labor camps called offices. And do we have the technology to do it? Yes, we do. Do we have the food to do it? Yes, we do. Do we have the automation to do it? Yes, we do. So to fight alcoholism, you gotta let the system burn. And we have to build a system that's based in a resource-based economy. I'm not saying it's the final fix, but it is a fix. It fixes every ailment in this system I see that needs to burn. You know what I'm saying? So Betty, don't you dare. I appreciate you too, dear. Don't you ever let anybody call your Facebook negative. You are posting something, defending, standing up, giving voice to voiceless people who you are a little more privileged above. You're a beautiful soul, sis. Beautiful soul. You're doing beautiful things. And you post this on your page and you go ahead and tag your friends in it. You tell them I said so. They're probably laughing like, man, I don't care. Betty, your page is negative. I want my world to be how I say my world is. And unfortunately, when you have all these people who are raised up in this Rockefeller, Rothschild, conflict-based world, they cheer the fantasy world. These are the people from the Truman Show. I mean, they're probably good people, Betty. They're probably wonderful people at the heart. But they're not exposed to what you are yet. So all you can do is post it. You can't do anything else. You can't force people to wake up. Post it, but I guarantee you what Christ said is true. Every day these people spend locked up in their homes. More and more people are going to be looking at your posts. More and more people are going to be asking you, well, what's going on? Right? And so, but that's all you can do. You always got to stand up for people. I try to stand up for based on where your privilege is. I'm to me, in my mind, which probably ain't true, but it's in my mind, I'm privileged above most people I know. And so I got to stand up for almost everybody. There's a lot of wisdom to that saying, if I could ever figure out that quote of standing up for the people who are in your shadow. Absolutely about Michael Jackson, I agree. Yes, Susan, thank you. I agree on that one too. Because you have a consciousness and a heart, Lord. Yes, absolutely, Deborah. And everybody every day should try to increase their consciousness and their heart every single day. Curious George, take the meat from the bones. Yeah, well, he's furious, Melissa. He's supposed to be. He wasn't lying. When Furious made that name, he was not lying. I've seen Ty eviscerate people on the internet. And that's what Ty is Ty. That's what Ty's supposed to do. Ty's furious because Ty was born on a planet that made him furious. And we can either fix that or we can fight with Ty. And I'm not a fight with Ty. Let's fix it. You know, let people identify the problems and let's take our energy and focus on fixing the problems. Gerard disagreed. Oh, Lori, we disagree? I disagree with Lori once. Many who were abused break the chain and free themselves. Okay, I agree. No, I agree with that, Lori. I'm not saying that everybody abused, becomes an abuser. I would never say that. I listen to what the behavioral scientists say, and they say things like abusers were abused, that the majority of people who abuse other people were abused as children. So we need to fix that. But certainly there are people, and there's a lot of people on here. There are a lot of people actually right here in this comment section alone who've actually talked about the abuse that they lived through, who lived and overcame, and that's a beautiful thing. And them sharing their stories gives other people hope, but it also should give the rest of us hope that we don't actually have to have this world. We can help people. We don't have to label them bad people and just stick them somewhere. We can have a heart and say, you know what? That person did something despicable I do not understand, and I don't agree with, and I don't think should exist on this planet, but I understand that in that person's head, they thought it was right. And then spend time with Dr. James Fallon and the rest of the people who study this, the science. Like I said, I don't respect science. I don't. I'm an engineer. I can't. I know that they're hackers, but they discover things. Engineers, we don't discover nothing. We useless when it comes to that. We don't. Scientists should not respect engineers. We don't discover nothing. We're lazy. We just fix problems. They do the discovery. Religious people who read scriptures, they figure things out based on the ancient scriptures. And we write software, do some quantum physics, do some engineering, but they haven't figured out that quantum communication thing yet. When they figure out that omnipotent thing, because science and religion are the same thing, they're just saying it a different way. When they figure that out, we're going to make quantum communication work in a device that you can use. Because God wasn't lying when God was omnipotent, and quantum physics weren't lying when they said that quantum communication faster than light and sound is real. It's all very real. They just haven't figured it out yet. When they figure it out, we're going to make a solution for it. Science, religion, and engineers should all work together. But as an engineer, I'm never going to sit back and say that, there is medical. It's a trust the science. You can't ever trust the science. You're not supposed to trust the science. You're supposed to let science go buck wild as it's supposed to and find things out, like religion. And engineers develop solutions based on that. All right. Just because you're a target, when you know better, you do better. Absolutely, Melissa. Absolutely, Melissa. In fact, you reminded me, the point I was going to make is Dr. James Fallon is another person you can watch. He does a lot of talks online. You can watch. Like I said, my family's upset with me because I wouldn't watch a movie with him. I don't want to watch a movie and wait for the system to be rebooted back to normal. I want the system to die. And anyone who wants to educate themselves, another person to follow is Dr. James Fallon. He'll explain to you the psychopath and the warrior genes, and you'll understand how they get developed by impoverished communities, how they get developed stealing kids from their parents, how they get developed by abusing children, how they get developed for survival. And then after you know better, who said that? Melissa? After you know better, then you got to do better. And I think I messed up. And I watched Dr. Fallon explain what a psychopath is and how the warrior genes work. And after that, I can't blame the order followers. I got friends upset with me about that. Oh, we need to blame the military and the police. I can't. Unfortunately, I know how psychopaths are made. I understand the warrior genes now, and now I got to do better. I got to stop blaming the identity and look at the system. Right? I can't blame the abused people because they were abused. Right? I can't blame the people following Q because they're looking for hope. I can't blame the people following Anonymous. They're looking for hope. I can't blame people following because we are all born in that system. But he is a great person to watch. He'll explain some new things to you, not just buy time waiting for the system to reboot back to psychopathy that we left. All right, gotta go. Thank you, Ivan. I gotta go too. Thank you for the link this morning. I appreciate y'all inboxing me information that's important. I believe in crowdsourced news. That's a theory I had this morning. I believe in crowdsourced news, and I'm still working on a way to make it work better. And my example in that is I don't believe ABC, I don't believe Fox, I don't believe MSNBC, I don't believe any of that. They're like one source. They're not multiple sources, they're one source. But if it's something that Susan sends me, and Lori sends me, and Joe sends me, and Ivana sends, and Maria sends, where they process it in their mind, they use their critical thought, and they say, this is important news, then to me it's news. People that I'm coming to trust more and more, and people that I'm quantumly entangling with. But when Fox says it's news, it's not news to me. I'm not interested, right? So I've got to figure, I'm still working on a way, and I got more time, and actually that's what I'm gonna do a lot of today after I figure these damn squirrel out, knocking my pots over, trying to dig for seeds. A way for y'all to submit news, things that you think are important, and then maybe vote on, so that the most important things are at the top. And what I'll end up doing is making some sort of a software hook where the most important news, according to people that y'all want to call the truth community, I hate that name, I'm sorry, I do, because I don't think none of us know what's true, but I think collectively we are closer to the truth. So you can vote it to the top or something like that. So we're not going through news I want to go through, because I haven't done the news in a long time. I hate the news. I can't stand it, because I have to sit here and you can't react as quick as you need to, so I know what's important. I don't know enough to pick news to say, hey, this is important news we need to go through. So I'm gonna need y'all's help on that. But I also need your help, and I appreciate you liking the video, appreciate you sharing the video, I appreciate you researching everything that comes out of my mouth and not trusting me. Processing it in your brain and posting something to try to add on to that thought or perfect that thought. And I also appreciate y'all subscribing on YouTube. I need a lot more subscriptions on YouTube. And I appreciate y'all burning it down. Gotta burn it down. I think on YouTube, you gotta have 1,000 subscriptions. And I'm gonna take this moment because I'm an authoritarian. I'm not authoritarian, but I'm gonna take this moment to post a link. I'm gonna give you homework, a lot of homework. Oh, and some of the homework I gave you, it's like, well, I thought you said this wasn't class. Well, it's class-ish. When it comes to listening to smart people. There was a good documentary on YouTube, and I posted it on my other page, and I'll have to post it here. Let me copy this. I need you to put this link, and even if you don't, go to YouTube, make an account. Do me a favor, make an account. The link should appear eventually. My YouTube channel, somebody else posted. I think I just posted it, and you need to subscribe. And then you need to go to my page, which is called what is the page called now? It was called Gerard. Somebody told me you're supposed to call the pages your name, one of my millennial friends. And after a while, I was like, dang, that sounds real narcissistic and sociopathic to make a page and name it yourself. That's kind of crazy. So I had to rename it. It's something like Free the Planet or Bust. Subscribe to that page. But on that page is a link to a video that talks about biophotons. That's important. Right now, there's flu season. There are bioweapons on the planet. There's technology on the planet. There's 4Gs, there's 5Gs. All these things are going around. But I think you should go take a look at what Alexander Popp said about biophotons, because they now agree with it. They disagreed back then, because our skin, every cell in the human body is communicating. And it's communicating with each other. So you need to go watch that, and you need to subscribe. That's all I need. Share the video. And always question everything, Lori, everything, all the time, and never stop. That touches on something I've been thinking about in presenting topics as a means of all of us picking apart the topic at hand critically and form diverse skill sets and perspectives, simply to empower ourselves to improve our own ability to do so. Yes, Bofon. And actually, I had you in mind with this idea that I'm working on. We need a permanent way to share with other people during this wake up process. Because like how Betty was saying, there's so much stuff all of us have shared. It's so weighed down on our feed. Social media is not good for research. It's not good for sharing things to allow people to get all the evidence. So that's the other thing I'm thinking and I'm working on, is a means of, having a topic, and somebody who's new can click on it and they'll see the top talks, videos, lectures, or science or evidence why we think that. The things where you have a crowdsourced belief that we think tend to be true. So in this example for today, biophotons, if people believe that there's enough science behind biophotons that makes sense, they can say, well, I believe this, and this is why I believe this. So yeah, when you go out in public, you're supposed to go like a mummy. When you go out in public, that you can get sick just from your skin seeing somebody, that you need to go do this and get yourself some Christmas tape and wrap it all around your face. Otherwise, you might get sick. And then people can click on that and talk about whether that's true or not. And then it'll get voted down or voted up. But I believe in crowdsourced reality. I don't believe in the reality that's given to us on the billionaires' television. To me, it's always a lie. It's always fake news. And you never know what to trust. We literally are in a time where most of our friends, neighbors, and family are literally scared to go outside because the billionaires said that they're going to catch a virus. And there ain't no way for them to come out the house unless somebody take a needle and stick it in you. The silliness. And it's a product that they sell. But people believe it because they'll put them on TV with their favorite people from Hollywood. It just boggles my mind. If you want to set the world free, you got to free it from the model that's designed in preventing problems to be solved. And until then, I'm ready to go. Who's that, Tommy? Absolutely, Tommy. It's got to be crowdsourced. I trust people. I trust people as a collective, as a web and a hive mind. Individually, Tommy, I'll never trust. Tommy, don't ever trust me. If I say something, you go research it and figure it out for yourself. And so I'll try to bring people together in that way. So the purpose of this video was problem solving. Right. Engineers, we're going to leave. We're going to leave. Y'all pray for problem solving. We're here. The Christ consciousness, whatever this is, sent us here to solve problems. But you got governments that won't let us solve them because they got industries all built by the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, the billionaires, the people who actually own resources. And they only make money if they keep conflicting problems. Our minds don't work that way. We got to solve problems. We got to write software that feeds you, that builds your houses, that grows your food. That free tickets is not a way to solve problems. It's a way to piss us off because you can gang up on other people. Gerard, love y'all to death. I'm out of here. Y'all have a great day. Do something positive. Solve some real problems in your real life. Don't worry so much about the billionaires' problems. Gotta go. Love